We're live! Hi, everybody! And welcome to Asis and Dragons Pride Games! Woo!
Woo.
Let's hear some
I was not
woos!
prepared mentally to do that, but yes.
Where is
Woo
just...
indeed.
You were in character as a non-woo girl.
Yeah, I'm a little demonic today,
That's fair.
so unfortunately, that is not the energy.
That's not about your character. No. Hi, everybody, and welcome. We'll be playing Monsterhearts today as part of our Pride Games that we've been doing all month to raise money for the raise money for a charity based in India, helping children with HIV have a home. We've already raised over $3,000, but there's still a chance to support the charity if you want to. You can just go to type in !support and find out more about the foundation that we are trying to support. And during this game, you'll be able to offer support. And if you do donate, you will not, in addition to helping a great cause, you'll be able to cause problems or good stuff for the players. If you donate, you can either give one of the players advantage on a roll, or you can introduce a new student into the game. Tell us their name, pronouns, and what they posted on social media last, and we'll put them into the game. Just a reminder, the name of the foundation is the Amilap Foundation, which is building home for HIV-positive children living under the poverty lines. Of course, there is the Daisy's Bundle, where you can buy all kinds of incredible games, including Wonder Home and Thirsty Little Lesbians, all done by queer POC creators. Or you can donate directly to the foundation. We're going to be sharing the link in chat, if I can find it. I'm a professional, I promise. Wink.
We got it. Don't worry.
Yes, we got this. All right. And yeah, so now that little bit's there, that's good. We can start our introductions. I'm Chirag Nani, the storyteller for this game, wearing a green shirt. I'm an Indian man with a black beard, black hair, and big headphones, and big headmaster energy. Right? Hopefully, we'll find out. Now for someone with real school spirit, Val.
Sure, I have real school spirit. Hello, everybody. My name is Valiant Dorian. I use him his pronouns. Find on the internet at Valiant Dorian. Also, spirit. Please enjoy the lovely treasure hunt I just sent you on. And tonight, I have the distinct pleasure of playing Karthik, who also uses he/him pronouns. Our resident ghost. He's a ghost boy. I'm a Daisy trans masked man. I am wearing a green tank top, and I have a tortoiseshell pair of glasses and a scruffy beard. And I have black hair with the style that I could only describe as every male lead from a Don Bluth film. And that's basically the chic that we're running with today.
We appreciate it. Now, now with some demon energy, talk to us, Indrani.
Hey everybody, my name is Indrani. My pronouns is she, they. You can find me on the internet at Nonagon Dice. I'm one of the co-founders of Asis and Dragons. Today I had to look down to check, but I am wearing a red t-shirt. My black hair is down. I'm an Indian demi-gender question mark person. I have red eyeshadow on and red lips on, and my hair is down. I think I mentioned that. But yeah. I am going to be throwing this over to Poorna before I make it sound worse. So go for it.
Hi everyone, my name is Poorna. You can find me on the internet as @Poorna Mazumdar. I am an Indian woman. I am wearing my black curly hair up today in a bun and large headphones. I'm wearing a flowery top thing, and to go with the theme, I'm wearing a flower crown that may or may not have Fae origins. My pronouns are she, her. I am playing Kiana, whose pronouns are also she, her.
Yes, and last but never least, Asis.
Hi, I'm Asis. I'm a human. Right, you can find me either at Pokemon in various places or lesbian name on Twitter. I'm wearing a black dress. My hair is medium-ish length. My hair length. I have pride flags behind me. I have a pride flag in my ear. This is how I do it. I also have a sword in my ear today.
That is the most like Pride Month thing ever.
I know.
The queerest
Um,
thing that you have on you right now is the sword earring.
I
Just
know.
good.
Just to
Just
clarify,
amazing.
it's not a full-length sword. It is
It's
just
an earring. It's a sword
Yeah,
earring.
exactly. We
It's
have to
not
cla-
very big, but it's
Yeah.
there.
It's very
Um,
cool. Yes. And if
Anyway,
you
my pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Gayatri, whose pronouns are also she, her, who's a perfectly normal mortal human
yes,
and a bit of a god.
and anyone who pulls the sword from the ear will become the next ruler of the UK. I'm kidding. Okay. Yeah. They'll just get slapped in the face. Yes. All right. So, with that out of the way, unless there's anything else we need to announce, it's so difficult without Shubham here to keep us on the straight and narrow. No. All right. We'll go straight into it.
That is the way we will now play.
Yes.
Chaos.
Off the leash, allowed to commit crime.
What have you done, Shiva?
Why? Yes. We are going back to school. Woo. As we go to the adventures of Monsterhearts. As we head to Hertford House, a prestigious school, British boarding school in the English countryside, down in the south near Surrey. It is a long, illustrious career with some carefully edited out moments that are not in the brochure about what may have happened there. But they claim to have invented rugby, as well as 7 other schools have also claimed the exact same thing. But it is a proud one. It is built around a church, but it's still got those old brown bones. It's a big one built up right next to an illustrious forest. The air is cold. It is getting quite cold as the students are returning from half term into this school. They've just started arriving yesterday, and so they've had a chance to return. People may have had their exciting time back home. Those of them who wanted to, while others are getting resorted back, into school life. Which is, if anyone went abroad, it has gotten even colder than they might have been expecting. And of course, snow is not something to expect in England. So it is just uncomfortable snow, uncomfortable coldness, and very early darkness. But that's fine. It's the morning. It is getting up to early morning as we head to one of the houses, because there are different boarding houses in the school, each with, with different names to kind of inspire, a sort of house rivalry that no one really cares about. Like there's stereotypes associated with them, but they don't actually really mean anything. This isn't a magical school that will not be named situation here. This is just how they name it and how they how they do it. And the house that you guys are in is called Edgar House, and that's the one. No one knows which Edgar it means, but that is the name that's there. Old house, 4 stories, and we zoom in on the second floor as you guys hear the alarm to let you know that breakfast is ready to be served, and also they rang once half an hour ago to wake people up, but of course teenagers, they need some of them need an extra time to wake up, but this is letting you know breakfast is being served. And so we go down into the rooms. Let's go off first to people who are supposed to have a room by themselves. Kiana, why don't you describe what you look like and how you get ready for breakfast?
Right. So, yes, Indrani, you had thoughts.
I'm just preparing myself for
So-
whatever's about to come. Because I've been looking forward to this moment for so long. Sorry.
So, Kiana Screwala has pale skin and is what apparently can only be described as lyrical eyes. You look at her and you look into her eyes, and all you feel is poetry just happening in your mind already. Might be about her, might be about something else. That's not my problem. So Kiana wakes up and is usually sort of wears a silk robe, flowery robe, immediately to sort of like begin her day. The room is decorated in pastel shades and is sort of like, I mean, the room is a standard dorm, but there's just like a lot of pastel colored posters up to like hide the mortalness of the room. And she sort of like puts her hands behind her ears, letting the Fey energy crackle to make her ears more mortal-like, and just kind of decides how much she wants to glow supernaturally for the day, and takes that glow and applies it on whatever part of her face she feels is lacking. She twirls her hands above her head to add some flowers that are usually just kind of borrowed from the school gardens, and just they appear on her head in various different fashions, but today it is a little crown, a little fairy crown. She is going to wear the school shirt and the blazer and jeans, because ain't nobody telling her what to do, and probably going to fashion a belt out of a silk scarf for the jeans that do not need any belts, and going to saunter out of her room like that.
Excellent. And as you're like sauntering out, I just need to check with a specific someone if they happen to be in your closet. Are they in your closet this morning?
I think
mean-
I should be in the closet.
Okay.
I guess that's where I'm at this morning.
Yeah. Someone.
Should I start singing the song?
Yeah. What signals away that someone happens to be in Kiana's closet? What gives it away?
Val, do you want to take this,
Yeah.
Sure.
or shall I?
I think as you're like preparing to get ready for the day. Oh, are you taking over?
Mhm.
Okay.
No, please.
I think as you are getting ready for the day and have begun to saunter out, that is a cue to Kartik, our resident ghost, who is a handsome young Desi young man who has a short stubble, a mess of wavy hair upon his head. His eyes are unnerving, almost cold, and he seems out of place, even though it looks like he clearly belongs here. He is wearing the old uniform of the school before they were able to update the design in last term. He is wearing the old styled jacket folded up to his forearm, a tattered shirt, a little bit messy. The tie is left loose and the top button unbuttoned because no one's going to tell him to button up his tie. And just a messy pair of trousers to match the whole garb that he is wearing right now. As I've mentioned before, he is a ghost. He has died a while ago. And oftentimes on some nights, despite being assigned a different room this term, keeps ending up over here with forces beyond his control. And after hearing the telltale sound that Kiana is now done getting dressed and now he is free to enter the room and not be a nuisance anymore, he just kind of like steps out and goes, "Do you just not bother with cleaning out the cobwebs in the corners of your wardrobe? I know I can't feel them, but still, I don't like seeing them."
As in, so you say that just as I'm about to leave?
Just about to leave, yeah.
Okay, so I turn around, obviously humming, Kartik, the friendly ghost, good morning.
Oh, not this again. Oh, God.
Why?
Why?
And so when when you're talking about like the forces that be, I sort of turn around and I'm like, I'm the forces, Kartik. And also those cobwebs, I got them from home. for me, so I can feel like I'm connected to something larger than myself. You know, shouldn't you get that being a ghosty ghost? Anyway,
No.
I'm gonna go now. Turn around, leave.
If I just found my body, we wouldn't be having this conversation. He will
Blah
now
blah, same thing every day. Da da da. Just
I would like to use my limitless move, which is just lets me do things.
Yeah.
Where I can walk through walls and fly, and I will walk through the wall to go after Kiana because she's being so annoying.
That's fine. Yeah, you guys you're able to follow off easily enough. People have started like getting out of their rooms, getting out of their dorm, and like as you come out, Karthik, your room is actually your assigned room is exactly opposite Kiana's. So as you come out, you come face to face with your supposed roommate, Rehan Khan, a young Indian man. He's dyed his hair. He's got black hair, but he's like dyed part of it red, as it's kind of done. Like he clearly did this, before halftime, and it's starting to fade. And he's, got also he's got the new jumper instead of a jacket. He's just got to get rolled up, and is, a little crumpled. And like he just like he just stops dead when he stops when he sees you. And it's like, go, okay, you're still here. Oh, good to see you, and you, Kiana. Morning. Mm. Nice. Had a good half term.
Sure, let's say that. And to the audience, he did not leave the school grounds during half term. He died here, so he didn't go anywhere for half term. He had just been here the whole time. As
Time
you,
right.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think Kiana noticed it was half term. I think I think she barely noticed there were exams. She may have shown up for some, but yeah. So she was here. She sort of looks slightly dazed at the question, and she goes, "Mm-hmm. So good. What did you do? Did you do half term things?"
Yeah, I took up trampolining. Yeah,
Oh.
big trampoline energy. Needed a new hobby. It's great, good fun, good stuff. I'm hungry. I'm going. It was great. It was good. Yeah, big trampoliner.
Keep saying the word
so as we-
trampolining, and I'll believe you at some point.
Trampoline. Yeah, yeah.
As we pass by, because at that point, sort of, Kiana like sort of goes, "Great, cool. So I'm gonna get some breakfast. You should get some breakfast too. You look strangely hungry." And then kind of grins at him, and then just goes. Because then turns to Karthik and goes, "Don't you know any of the slang? I mean, you only died recently, right?"
Yeah, I mean, how long has it been? I'm sorry, remind me what trampolining is supposed to mean again? I
So
can't remember.
So take the leaning out of the equation.
Trampo?
Okay, you're hopeless. Let's get breakfast.
No, I mean, just you know how my memory gets when I'm like this. Just tell me what it means. Just be my urban dictionary for 2 seconds.
He has been having a good summer, getting some action with all the ladies.
Just lead with that. God. Yep, nope, I get it now. I understand. All right. This is what happens when you leave the dating pool.
Really. Speaking of the dating pool, as you guys are like going out and heading to the exit, the camera sees you pass a set of doors belonging to two roommates who happen to be sharing a room together. We go to Shamini and Gayatri. Which of you do you think gets up earlier?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be Shamini. I have a few calls to attend while no one is, particularly paying attention to me. So it's always to my benefit to do that. So I'm up pretty early And I'm assuming there's like two separate like single,
Single beds.
4 posters. Yeah, so I am like under my blanket, and I am chipping away at like the black glossy nail polish that I've been wearing for the past couple of days,
Mhm.
while I am having a very begrudging conversation with a certain someone. And in my head, I just say, I think we have to rule out Edgar Allan Poe. I'm pretty sure he's American. We're gonna get to the bottom of this at some point.
Yeah, it's like there's like a nod. You feel the nod, even though you don't see it, as the voice comes in. It's like, "Oh, yes, that is true. Well, you have only had half term to think about it, but otherwise, we have a lot of work to do for the rest of the semester, don't we?"
Right, a lot of coursework and
Mhm. Of course. And
a part-time job.
oh yes,
What
well,
else?
well, of course, you have your your extracurriculars as part of your job for me. After all, you want to keep your family comfortable, don't you?
What is that? Well, yeah. I mean, I'll do it. I don't think we fully discussed what that would look like in action, but
Did you
we can circle back. I'll catch you later, and I'll shut down that mental
Sure.
link for now, and like sort of get out of bed.
Check the library for and then it hangs up. Did you go see your family over half term, or were you staying in England?
I did not go to see them because if they saw me, they would know that my eyes are more gaunt now. There's this sort of, if you squint and look really closely, you see these like hints of like red veins that are crawling up the side of my temples.
Mhm.
And it's, the word for it is both unsanskari in the sense that they would not approve of my appearance right now, but they would also be concerned, and I would rather not have to deal with either of those things. So I decided to stay, and flights back to India are expensive.
Yeah.
What am I, made of money?
Yeah. Thankfully, the school does like if international students can stay over the half term, that's absolutely fine. But yeah, so you get out of bed. You manage to get out of bed, and at this point, is Gayatri awake, or does Gayatri need to be woken up?
Oh, Gayatri needs to be woken up. Gayatri's in like depression sleep.
Yes.
Buddy, I walk over to Gayatri's 4 poster, and I just like grab one end of the quilt that's probably on her, keeping her warm, and I just like tug it off. And I'm like, up and at him. It's breakfast time. Can't wait to
Great.
have potatoes that are seasoned with only salt, and beans that are sweet, and toast that is not toasted enough. This is the dream. Now get up.
Gayatri just like groans and is clearly like shivering from the sudden cold. And she like I think like Gayatri like on her side, and she just roll over and then just let out the biggest sigh.
If that didn't convince you, I'm sure they have sausage that is seasoned with like chalk. So I'm sure that will taste good. Come, let's go.
Okay, fine. You very begrudgingly get up and like I guess head towards the bathrooms.
Are you doing okay? I will like follow. I have this just nonchalant tone of disinterest in just about anything she's doing, because I've been trying very hard since I realized that we would be going to the same boarding school, let alone be roommates with one another, to pretend like nothing went wrong between the two of us and everything is fine, and I am simply hanging out. So I'm like, whatever, are you fine? just like looking at you when you're not looking at me, but otherwise keeping a very
Just
low
like-
voice.
I'm okay. Not that it's any of your business anymore. Goodbye. And just try and walk fast out of the bathroom because I know stuff went wrong and I am not over it.
Whatever. I say in the most unconvincing way to myself and follow Gayatri out. I will, the sort of like keep safe distance
Yeah.
from Gayatri, you know,
Sure.
out of the zone of anything that would be considered inappropriate by my parents' standards, which is the same plane, but it's fine.
Sure. Makes sense. What is Patrick, did you sleep in your school uniform, or were you like in pajamas and now changing?
Oh, I was in pajamas.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, were you going to the bathroom, getting ready, all that? How does how does your cat? 1 second. Dang it! What happened to it? What does Shay look like? Like, how's Shay? In uniform, mix and match. What's Shay looking like?
That's a great question. Sorry for not answering it earlier.
Man, you're under the bed
Shay
covers.
is almost like weirdly underdressed for winter. It's as if she doesn't feel cold. She's wearing like a cotton kurta, which is this like long length top, and like some black leggings that are like pilling because they're so old, and like a pair of like off-brand boots. But and Gayatri is probably the only person who knows. I purposefully made them look like they're worn out. They're actually quite new, but they look like they've been scuffed and torn, and some of the stitches are, fraying. But yeah, I look like I am in Mumbai heat, even though I am in like what I would assume like freezing temperatures for someone who's not used to this climate.
Yeah, makes sense. You're able, yeah, and it does, does have that kind of effect on people, on people. As you're like heading out, you're like going there. You're like able to head out, and you can see. You probably do run into Kiana and Karthik as you're kind of like going out more. You're a little bit behind them because they left a little bit earlier than yours. So it's like it's up to you whether you want to catch up to them, whether you just want to sashay past them, whether you want to just let them go on ahead.
I don't catch up with anybody.
Sure.
I walk at my own pace, and I just happen to fall into step with Karthik and Kiana, and I'm like, sup.
Hey.
Kiana's entire demeanor changes. And she's just like, Shay.
Tell me.
Shay, how is half term? Did you look how is
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm just so good. What did you do to your nails? And I like take your hand and I like,
Oh, I've just been, and I like, I initially shy away from like giving you my hand, but if you reach for it, I will let you hold it, and you will just see like, the nails of a person who like is a chronic nail biter. Like, nails aren't chewed in, but like still whatever nail bed remains, I have like black paint on it. That's like also chipping away now.
Yeah, I'm fine too. Thanks for asking, both of you.
Right.
oh god, Dick.
I
Life
like
is
what
so
you're
hard when you're
doing.
Yeah. Are you trying to make Karthik like feel ignored, like make him feel bad? Or are you trying to do that to each other? Yeah.
No,
I-
I think
yeah.
I think it's just I mean, at least for Kiana, she likes Karthik just fine, and it's
Sure,
just it's more just like since they stopped hooking up, she's just like has this teasing relationship.
Yeah, I
thing,
think
whatever.
that's just a lot of banter, and I
Sure.
think
Yeah.
Karthik looks at this interaction with very knowing eyes because he's a
Karthik
ghost.
knows what Karthik knows what Kiana looks like when she's into someone.
Yes,
Karthik's
I
like,
do. I am aware, and I'm
Yeah.
also a ghost.
Yeah.
I get around. I know what's going on.
Yeah.
And you see him just kind
All right, Edward Cullen.
Listen,
Yeah.
sometimes you just I was here all of half term, and apparently both of y'all were here too. So like he's aware.
You are probably sick of us by now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing. Shay turns to Karthik and is there, if I were to reach out, would I is Karthik corporeal? Like, can I sense him physically if I try to sling an arm around him?
I think I don't think he's actually corporeal, but I think what's happened is that the way his ghostliness manifests, it's like an optical illusion almost. So it seems like your brain is telling you that you're touching something.
Right.
Like phantom sensations, but it's not. He's not actually corporeal. But yeah, you could probably reach an arm around him and feel something there.
Yeah,
Is
I'm
it
just
solid?
gonna
Probably not.
Yeah. I'm not ignoring Karthik as much. I feel this pang of guilt in the depths of my stomach when I see Karthik, but it's fine.
Don't worry, I'm about to make it worse. Karthik kind of reciprocates his hand on yours, and you feel the seeping of coldness to the touch. And he just says, I've been trying to get the gardener to head to the woods, and he will not do it. What's a man got to do to get a gardener to walk several hundred feet into the woods and go find my body?
I'm sure Kiana could ask really nicely, or Gayatri could make the gardener feel guilty enough, and he'll just do it.
Oh, you're right. I should ask Gayatri. Oh, that's a good idea.
Speaking of which,
Hello,
I
right here.
wave her over.
I'm at the whim of as soon as you say that, Karthik's like, but I'm at the whim of whenever you feel like you want to do it. You know?
I mean, way to tell people our business, Karthik. But anyway, I just I just would out of character like to say that Phantom Sensations is a fabulous name for a teen angst band.
Yeah.
I love
You
it,
should
yeah.
set up.
It's a good
Yes.
one. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm in.
Yeah.
And Val does look like the lead vocalist of
Yeah.
the band.
I
appreciate
would go to that
that.
concert.
And that is 100% a compliment. I will have to.
Thank
I
you.
would create this band if I knew how to play anything.
Yeah. Guys, you can, we can go over breakfast coming. You can show up whenever you want to. This one, I say, as everyone's getting to breakfast. We're not going to calculate the actual amount of time it takes the girls to get ready, because otherwise we'd be here for weeks. So it's fine.
Okay, Chirag.
Chirag.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Drug, take harm. Mark
Ah.
yourself.
Harm right now.
Because that
Chirag, we
Yeah,
all
Mark's
get a
arm
stain
right
on
now.
fruit was under the ground, and you
Yes.
dug it out.
Yeah.
I had,
Yeah.
well, it was that or the
Yeah.
body, and no one's getting the body.
The gardener is busy making bad jokes.
Clearly. Yeah.
That
Yes.
is also causing you harm now.
I don't know
So-
why I am catching strays all stream today, but here we are.
I've got lots of jokes that were appropriate in the 70s that I can go from. Let me just get my
No.
shovel out. All right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so Gayatri is gonna walk in just looking as goth as possible while still wearing some amount of school uniform. I'm imagining long black sleeve, like she's wearing a long black sleeve shirt, but over that a jumper with this that's actually cotton school uniform, and she has the school skirt, but then she's wearing leggings which are almost fishnet leggings but are dark enough that she can't be penalized for them. And nails obviously painted matte black, full eyeliner, black lipstick, all of that. And she's just going to like calm looking, completely miserable, and I'm I'm guessing just like sit down next to Kiana and just like hug her and just bury her face in her shoulder, be like, I'm so happy to see you.
And Kiana's gonna just like put her arm around her waist and just be like, "Oh hey babe, what's up?" And just like drop Shay's hand, like, "Whoops, hey babe, what's up?
The world is
How'd you sleep?" The world is hell. I agree. Can I get you some passable breakfast?
yes, it is not the best.
Okay.
Wow, we're
Look at,
setting
Karthik and say like, hi Karthik.
hi. We're setting the bar really high for passable breakfast, aren't we?
Yep.
I
Uh,
mean,
Breakfast is in a different building. Like yours, you have to go down, leave the house, and there's like a joint building where like all the different houses go in to have breakfast, but it's still partitioned. So it's mostly everyone you kind of know, your floor and the other floors, which have got different years. That you guys are probably the eldest. So there's that kind of like, oh, you're supposed to look after the ones who are a bit younger, but you can't get away with being as mean to them as the people who are older than you back in the day got to be mean to you. But yes, there is breakfast. There is, of course, hash. There's terrible hash browns, overburnt sausages, eggs that are way too gooey, and if you're vegetarian, there's cereal. If you're lactose intolerant or gluten free, you're in trouble. You're effed.
Good luck and
Yeah.
God's
Eggs are better than normal eggs. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's true. That's a fact. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's like the breakfast that's kind of been served, full cafeteria style, whichever one you want to get. And yeah, you guys can, I assume you're all like in a table together.
It's all right. I can hold the table for y'all while y'all get food. Not
Are
like
you
I'm
sure you don't
eating.
want anything? You don't want to like pretend even?
You should eat. It's
I feel
the
real
winter. You
bad.
need energy.
He just looks over the Gayatri, just like turns his whole torso and I think he picks up a glass of water that's sat in front of you, holds it up to his lips, and pours it down, and it just falls directly onto the bench that we're sitting on.
This is gonna. All right. Fair point.
Yeah. I wish I could forget to.
It's a thought that counts.
I know. I appreciate it.
would since Kiana and Karthik have hung out before, would she know if there's anything like equivalent that would cheer you up in the morning that you like to do?
Oh, what does he like to do in the morning for
That is allowed in public.
breakfast? That's allowed.
Excuse me.
Thank you for the caveat. I think what Karthik being one of those like in life boisterous popular young man, he would
Mhm.
be one of those he'd be one of those guys that like takes a shit ton of like the drinks and like just has like 4 or 5 glasses to himself of like all the different beverages that you can have, like elderflower juice or whatever, that all the different juices and all the waters, and
Classic
just
jock juice.
just jock juice the whole time. Yeah.
Okay, so it would cheer you up to just see the glasses of that stuff in front of you,
I
as if
think
you
I
were
think you
imagining?
I think he's being like difficult right now, but all 3 of you would know, especially Kiana would know that like he likes feeling included. So I think even if you made the effort
Okay.
to make him feel included, he'll be very happy.
So I think despite Kiana's like teasy relationship with Karthik at the moment, I think if she was going to get breakfast, she would probably pick up like extra glasses of stuff for Karthik. Yeah.
Thanks.
So the 3 of you are going into the line to get food while Karthik is like holding the table where he's spilt water on himself. And then you see
Through
Karthik sees
himself, rather.
through himself, but to anyone who's like just notices the end result, you turn around, two people who have already got their trades that Kartik recognizes, two of his oldest friends, Peter Hiddleston and Seamus McGarty. Seamus is going through his hot boy era. He's got sunglasses even though it's cold, and he's just like he's unbuttoned his shirt, got the big the older jacket, and he's just like loving it because he became viral over half term with his brand new song that came out. Why won't you give me? What exactly is up to debate, but it became viral. He had a proper 15 minutes of fame and was on the morning show. So he's really loving all the attention, and he's still acting like a proper preening. While Peter, your old friend Peter, a bit scrawnier, a bit nerdier, wearing his glasses because he keeps losing his contacts, mousy brown hair, and they come over and they see you, and there's this momentary pause where it's like, oh, are they gonna offer to join the table again like you used to last time they look at it? Boyo, did you piss yourself?
How are you as well? Why don't you why not? You're right. How you doing? How's your half term? No, you come in here and you're immediately dickheads, aren't you?
Yeah.
Literally a pair of dickheads, a lot of you.
Yeah, well, at least we keep our dicks in our pants, unless you, not you. And I'm pointing down at the little mess that you've made. Yeah, and you see Peter. This is Seamus who's saying all this, and Peter is just trying not to laugh, even though he somehow found that funny.
Do we overhear any of this?
It's a small breakfast room. You can hear it. You're a little far away. You'd lose your spot in line, but you can hear it.
Yeah, I turn around, and what was the name of the singer?
Seamus.
I'm like, hey, Seamus, sucks that you got
Seamus.
sucks that you got caught lip syncing on the show. That was awkward.
Roll to shut him down. Roll with cold.
It was like, damn, all right.
Yes.
Roll with cold.
Oh my god.
Yes, roll with cold. 2d6 plus your cold.
Gotcha. That is a 11.
Okay. Yes, you can
Pretty
choose
good.
one of the
That's
options.
with a -1, by the way. I rolled 6 and 6.
That's very good. You have one. You can choose from one of the 4 options. They lose a string on you if they have one. If they have no strings on you, you gain 1 on them. They can gain a condition, or you take 1 forward. Gain a condition can be anything they give. It could be social shame, an emotional embarrassment. If you were punching him, it'd be harm. But or you can gain a string on them. You've so cowed them, they feel a little hey, remember when I made fun of you? Yes. So what do you want to do, and what do you want to do for shutting them down?
To shut them down, I would like for them to notice how everybody laughs or giggles or just smirks when they hear me say that, and
Got
just
it.
make note of the fact that
Alright.
everybody knows that they're a little bit of a fraud.
Got it. So yeah, I'll just add. I'm gonna add
Whatever that
condition.
means
Yeah.
for them.
I got it. Seamus. So I'm going to give Seamus the condition, people think I'm a fraud. Or alternative, people are
I
laughing
hate
at
it
me.
when we get that condition. It's real rough.
I know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna,
Especially when you're a
Wait, it's not
teenager.
a perma debuff on everybody? What's
yeah. Everyone has it, but you properly vocalize his imposter syndrome. And you could just see him immediately wilt, and it's fuck you, and it just goes away. He didn't even say it loudly enough over the sniggering of other people. It's only
Take
a
the
few
fucking
people.
shades off, dickhead. And
I have
Kiana
high
looks at
sensitivity.
Shay. Kiana looks at Shay and goes, so hot.
I smile at her, but I don't say anything. I'll open a mental. I'll knock on on Mephisto's mine and say, "What about that one? He seems expendable enough, right?"
Damn, all right.
Seamus. Oh yeah, of course, definitely. But the vote, yeah, he's already good at lip syncing other people's words. Definitely, go for it. Also, good work.
What does that imply again?
Oh,
How do I?
yeah. Well, you just have to, have a conversation with him.
Sorry,
Tell him the good work.
I'm up in the queue, and I'll cut the connection off, and I'll go grab my plate of food. without
you-
letting Mephisto finish.
You feel the words appear. Mephisto will remember this. Yes. Yes. Also, I really cannot tell between you and Kiana, like who is turning someone on, who is flirting with you. So you just gotta let me. So it's like, do I make you roll simultaneously? I don't know.
I think that's the correct answer there. Yeah.
Gayatri, are you noticing the obvious flirting that's going on?
That's it. I want to actually like. Poorna, what do you think? Do I notice?
Is Poorna subtle?
Because so the excuse me, Poorna is subtle, Kiana is not. But I'm going to say that so I think Gayatri, because when we spoke about it, I think you also are like kind of more concentrating more on how Karthik is feeling rather than because of all the follicularness. So I mean, we're going through the motions of like coupledom, but and like are probably like decent friends, but in terms of actually being super into each other, we don't project that. So I think you might notice, but I don't know if you would necessarily react or care.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I think like I'm not gonna like say anything, just kind of stare daggers at Shay.
I am too busy having a conversation with someone in my mind to clock any of this. So I'll grab my plate of like, it is literally just toast. I will only take toast from the servings and walk back with one of the many drinks for Karthik and sit down.
Yeah. Important question. Do you take Marmite or you don't take Marmite?
I do not take Marmite, but I too do take Nutella.
Hey. Nutella is that. It's an important question in Britain. Marmite or no Marmite? Yeah.
I know. I am not taking Marmite. I'm not even taking Vegemite.
Yeah.
I ain't got no mite.
Vegemite, I've heard sucks. That Marmite is good.
If it has mite in its name, do you really want to?
Marmite's actually good, guys.
No, you're right. Indrani as a person agrees. I had it on. I was like, this is not bad at all.
I do love that we're also making a commentary on British cuisine.
Also, like, Gayatri is obviously vegetarian. So, like, she's had to go for any veg option available. So, she's just taken a liking to Marmite because it's like, oh, this chicken spread, that chicken spread. She's like, okay.
Yeah.
I just gotta say, and I can only make this joke with like a very specific demographic, but like if you spend 200 years here and that's what you ended up with, like, shame on you. Is all I have to say.
I was going to say this is a very post-colonial pride stream. So I'm enjoying this.
The funny thing is, the only out of all the countries that Britain was ruled over as an empire, the only bit of food that made it to the English breakfast is the American hash brown. That is the only thing that made it to the English breakfast. Like you could have had.
But in fairness, and what is even more insulting about that is that the Irish have that as well, and they do it better. And they didn't take it from the Irish; they took it from the Americans. It makes no sense. Anyway, whatever.
They took enough from the poor Irish. Anyway.
We digress.
They took enough potatoes from the poor Irish. So you guys are on the table. True. You guys with multiple drinks, multiple juices for Karthik, pieces of toast, eggs if anyone wants it, and you guys are kind of just like there digging, enjoying. You can see among the in this section, your housemaster is just like standing there watching everyone, trying to keep them out of trouble. This is Miss Mallory Thorncastle. Young woman in her in her 20s, but she seems very big. She's got a former rugby player kind of like build on her, and like her hair's like tied up like in a bun. So some people might think she's actually older than she is, but she is still in her 20s. But kind of like I've got to be very strict on these kids, otherwise they'll think I'm their friend, which is not the vibe she wants. Because she's gotten such a high position. It's like, "Oi, stop it! Stop making noise!" And like is telling the 16-year-olds to like calm down, like because they're trying to make it to them like I will report you. You're gonna take demerit, and I just trying to calm everything kind of down as all this is kind of happening, all this kind of noise, and then she's like, "Okay, yes, everyone, just having a small, just a reminder, everyone, that after half term, new changes to the sports is going to new change to sports is happening. So please remember to sign up for sports. What sports you'll be doing on every Tuesday, and any extracurriculars you might be planning to have. All the new clubs are opening, and also a chance for you to change. If you want to, Rory, stop running around. Get back to you. And yes, if you have any questions about that, you can come speak to me about it. Someone's actually raising a hand. Yes.
Hello, ma'am. You see Shay just like stumble for a minute. My question is gardening open this year?
Yes, gardening is open, but unfortunately, I think it'll be less active because we're entering the winter months. But yes, there is some indoor gardening that will be happening, run by me and some of the others. She's actually very touched because she's a biologist, and she does one of the clubs that she runs is the gardening club.
I just think as students, it would be very interesting for us to learn how to garden when times are tough and food can't be grown otherwise. And could we try outdoor gardening in winter?
I think Kiana would sidle up at this point and be like, "Yes, I too support whatever it is Shay just said. This makes complete sense to me."
Karthik's gonna lean over to Gayatri going, I've never seen either of them pick up a spade. Why did they want to garden outside?
Not sure,
Because
but I'm gonna go join them, and
Gardening
Katia goes
is
and stands
cool.
next to Kiana.
Yeah,
Gardening is great. We should all be gardening outside.
That's right.
Outside. Yes.
Plants?
Yeah.
I think that what we should do is, and like Kiana automatically puts an arm around Gayu and goes, and I think what we should do is just like, oh, sorry, I forgot what game I'm in. And I think what we should do is like just take walks around just to see what's flourishing in this winter and stuff. We should go for walks in the forest and stuff and just see what's happening. Yeah, Karthik
learn
looks like
about-
he's suddenly on
Yeah.
board.
And walking is almost the
that's
spot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a very good point, Miss Screwwaller. Well, we were considering not having nature hikes part of the curriculum because it was getting cold. But if you're very eager, and there's like a big groan from them because they know about the hikes becoming, it's like, well, yeah, I think there is a lot of enthusiasm for hikes, and there's like, oh, from the thing, and the either doesn't notice it or ignores it completely. Okay,
Sorry about that.
you're back. That's important. You just missed out on everyone kind of groaning at the idea that nature hikes are going to be like enforced. Like, it'll be great. It'll be like when everyone had to do it'll be just like the 4-minute mile back in summer. And you're like, oh, because everyone remembers 4-minute mile that everyone had to do. There was a lot of running back in summer. Everyone thought winter would be a break from it. Clearly not. And like, excellent. We will start arranging it. I'll be having a word. And now everyone's turning eyes on the four of you of what you've basically done. You kind of like messed up their plans.
I look at them and I'm like, you don't have to sign up for gardening.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, gardening's optional, but the hikes, and you feel like that is becoming, that might become the sports activity for the house.
So I think Kiana is going to speak up and be like, but Miss, I think it might be good if that was sort of like a reward, for the students that like staying in their rooms and like doing the right thing. I think everyone should go for a hike because that seems like a really pleasant way to spend an afternoon. And honestly, the people who don't deserve it should probably just hang out and study. That's what they should do. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. Do you have a string on? Do you have a string on her?
I think so.
On Miss Mallory?
Oh no.
No. Otherwise, you could tell them to do something.
But wait, I'm trying to see if I could do.
You have a move that can.
I'm wondering if I could. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try and figure out what I can do to her. Hang on.
Yeah. Like the only kind of way is just like like normally turn someone on is like a sex thing, but if you could be like, I'm a number one student, that's kind of like another, that's just charisma in that case. It's not literally she's attracted to you. It's literally more like, oh my God, such a bright, insightful kind of student. If you want to go that route, it's nothing, romantic in that thing. It's nothing like that. It's only romantic when you guys are being, making Gayatri feel left out. Yeah.
Right, sure, classic romance. So I think what we would do, I think what I would do is like, yeah. So I think I would try and like, I think Kiana's one of those students who just like is a good student without trying, and is really annoying to the others, but is like really something that Thorncastle, did I say her name was?
Yep, Miss Thorncastle.
Yep, that Miss Thorncastle would appreciate, and it's like even every time the conversation comes up with a new Edgar from England who could be the Eddie in question for Eddie Tower, Eddie House, whatever this is called, and then so would like be one of those students who may not remember about exams, but is just really good in class. So could probably trade on that and be like, yeah, it's probably what I would charismify.
Okay.
Ooh, would this be a good place for like a fairy contract thing where I could be like, I don't know, promise her cuttings from like high up plants or
The
trees in the
variegated
forest.
monstera that's growing in the woods.
I think she's like, okay. I think this might be. You want to just like have it open, or do you want to go to her privately and discuss this contract?
I think I would say it quietly when I'm like with this group. Yeah.
Yeah. She's like so you like speak to her privately, and just kind of like, oh, well, if you do, I'm not quite sure why you named those cuttings specifically, but if you do an excellent job, if depending how well you do in gardening after class today, it's definitely something to consider. Before I do the formal paperwork, and so that's kind of the contract. Do a very good job of gardening, and then she will, take into your advisement about how hiking becomes a reward, rather than obligatory to everyone. So do you accept that contract?
Sure.
Okay. Take a string on them.
Yeah.
Excellent. So yeah, everyone goes on from that. Breakfast finishes up. Everyone, because it's there's a church here. They have to use it. They have their big assembly, in the church. Everyone goes in. Hymns are done. Announced with the kind of, the headmaster. Big hymns, big songs are going in. Even if you're not Christian, they force everyone to go into this good church. Trust me, they did that to me. And so it was like a big thing. It is an impressive church. Everyone's in their pews. Everyone's kind of doing it. Is anyone doing anything funky while the dean drones on about? Oh, of course, it's very good that everyone is back in school. And as it says in the words, to be a good shepherd, both to each other and to your own minds. And just like going on. And this is appropriate to modern Twitter woke. He doesn't say woke. He says a modern culture, as society goes on. What is, and he's going into something really off tangent. He's going off on big off tangents. It's going to make this last much longer than they should have. Is anyone doing anything while this is going on in assembly?
I have a question to ask, not just the GM, but everyone at the table. What would be more fun? how is Karthik in this holy ground as Ghost Man?
I have a follow up to that. I was
How are
gonna say.
you doing?
I was gonna
as
say
devil
I
person?
probably like if I feel like if I get too close to this place, like my skin starts to like singe. So I've basically evoked my right to freedom of religious beliefs in this very modern Western country, and I recommend that Karthik do the same. And I usually, when like there's like church assemblies happening, you and I probably can just like
We're hanging out in the cemetery in the
yeah,
little
we're
graveyard
protesting outside.
by the by the church.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
sure.
Kiana, as someone who is, even though a Fae teenager, is very old in the scheme of things, is like completely over this idea of church. So when and just kind of is hanging out because that's what everybody's doing. If Shay and Karthik are leaving, she'll go. I mean, sure, Karthik is leaving, but when Shay walks past, she'll be like, "What's up? You doing a Shexit? Let's go."
Yeah. Totally. I turn to Karthik and I'm like, I don't know what that means. Is that a thing people say here?
Karthik is going to, if you so allow it, touch your very human hands with his cold, translucent ghost hands, and it's just going to say, "You're beyond help. There's nothing I can do for you now. Just let it happen. Whatever is to happen the next few days, let it happen. The best advice I can give you."
Whatever.
You talking to me, Karthik?
Oh no, I know you're gonna let it happen. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, cool.
I lean over and if Gayatri, if you're making your way in, I'm like, you should come protest with us.
I, what?
Yeah, we're protesting
Just
having
like
to
look
go to church.
skeptically at you and then look over to Kiana like.
Why are you looking at her?
Yeah.
Who I want to look at.
Gayu, I think we should just. I mean, I think this is boring and it's not really helping us at all. Let's just leave.
I'm not a Christian anyway.
We can practice our
I'll
gardening.
just follow you.
We'll practice our gardening.
In the graveyard?
Gardening,
I
yay!
think you got me into the garden.
No.
And she just reluctantly sighs and
Babe, I don't know how to break this to you. We're not actually gardening, and then we just like walk towards them.
I, I just look at Karthik like, you have.
I wish I had any answers for you. I don't. This is just what's happening now. You want to come and look at this gravestone with me?
That's so
Sure.
sweet. They're going on a date.
Put this in your top 10 dates. Go stare at a gravestone together.
Yeah, have you not
hey, Gayatri
seen
the
the
god.
Vampire Diaries? Isn't that not
Gayatri
one
is
of
a
our?
god.
There,
He
yeah,
loves
Yeah.
gravestones.
there is a cemetery.
Yeah.
Not on campus, close to campus. That's like, there was a church, there was a cemetery that's like some distance away. It's not as far away as Karthik's body, but there is a cemetery. If you guys want to skip church assembly and just go to it, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
I want to reply to Karthik and just be like, oh, a gravestone. Oh, that's cool. I think school's haunted.
Yeah, I think so. I do think the school's haunted. Yeah.
And Gayatri just shrugs and like, cool.
I mean, I don't think the other ghosts are as active as some, but I think there's at least one guy.
Like, you don't count. You're a student here.
When will I get my ghost license? Then Gayatri, please tell me.
This is Karthik Erasure. I don't stand for it.
I'm a human, and I look at like Kiana and Shay.
Yeah, you gotta take your Cambridge pre-undeads, and you can get
Only then I can get my I
ghost
need to do a
license.
postgrad in
Yes.
ghost studies.
Yes, post-det. That's what they call it.
No.
So, posthumous grad. That's what you two are doing. What about Kiana and Shay? Are you guys also going on a graveyard date, or are you doing something else?
I'm looking at Kiana, and I have that sort of like slumped, like walking
Hmm.
sort of physicality to myself. But I say
Mhm.
we should help Karthik figure out what happened, and I don't know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think so. I couldn't say so before, but that's what I think because I wanted to. I mean, I didn't tell him because I think it's really important to him. But during, I guess it was half term, I didn't really notice, but things were quieter. So I was sort of going around the building and like trying to find where his body could be, but I haven't found anything. So I do think that it could be somewhere on the grounds, and this seems like a good opportunity to spend more time in the woods without getting into trouble. Not that I really care about that, but yeah, it would just slow us down. So don't tell him that I care this much about his feelings because it'll disturb him, I think. But yeah, he's cool and he's my friend, and I want to help him out. So I absolutely agree. We should do that. And I don't know why they seem to be bonding over a
Poorna, you
go and
paused.
like
We lost you for a
take a
second.
walk in the woods if you like.
Yeah, let's
How much
take
did you
a.
hear?
I lost you at I don't know why they're bonding over dot dot dot.
Oh, I don't know why they're bonding over a stone, but we could go take a walk in the woods, and probably take them along because they're just looking at a stone. So also, Indrani, you could never lose me. Anyway, continue.
Yay.
Okay.
True.
Okay. Yes. So, what's the plan, you two?
I am going to just look back at Karthik and Gayatri, two walking, one breathing representations of my guilt. And all I see when I see them is how I've wronged them both in ways they know and don't. So I just nod and I'm like, yeah, we should let's take that walk. Let's find Karthik's body. And as I'm saying that, I knock again and I'm like, sorry, we got cut off earlier. Have a minute?
Sure, of course I have a minute. But
Right.
you
So
might.
I was just gonna ask if you could do, like, I know I've like, I don't know what, given you my soul or whatever, it's fine, but like do you mind if like you free Karthik from whatever I accidentally agreed to, but not accidentally?
Yeah. You seem like. Yeah. Let me. Please get off holy ground. And you like. There's like the connection's very distorted, and there's like behind you. Behind you.
And I turn around.
And then you can see there's like your the prefect for your dorm, Maria Kowalska, like sees you and is like, "Hey, you guys should be out of assembly," and just starts legging. She's like on the other side of the field and keeping an eye out for true arms, and she's found you and she just starts chasing after you. And that's where we're going to take our break. Yeah.
Hey.
So yeah, yes, we will be back in 10 minutes. Sounds good. Yes. Stay tuned. We will be right back for more Monsterheart antics. Woohoo! Go.
Woohoo.
Woohoo indeed. Yes. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Monsterhearts. Woo!
Ooh,
Yes.
I was prepared this time.
I'm sorry. Would you prefer if we went boo?
See, that's
Again, why am I catching strays? Why am I catching strays?
we love
I'm,
you.
I'm sorry, Boo Boo.
I will have my vengeance.
In this life or the next.
Oh my
I will have
god,
my
what
vengeance.
fun! I get it now.
There we go.
Tomorrow we all get a calendar invite from Val. I'm inviting you to a very special session 0.
Yes. Yes. Session 0 where you will not survive, but there will be safety tools.
There will
Or
be
a murder
safety tools.
mystery where like Chirag's been murdered.
Yeah, the mystery. The
Tune
mystery
in
is
next week.
the mystery is yes. The mystery is who wasn't involved. That's it. So we go. All right. So we enter back into Monsterhearts. Our brave heroes, our brave teams, decided to
Sure.
skip out on, church assembly.
You say so.
Yeah, as a form of religious protest slash. Some of them cannot physically stand on hallowed ground. And others because their friends, significant others, told them to, and some of them it was for lols. And yeah, they have decided, let's head, to the local graveyard, which is close to the forest, so that we can start, check out grave stuff, and also maybe find someone's missing body, as teens do in these old kind of movies, find a dead body. Unfortunately, as you guys are kind of like turning, you find your prefect, the one specifically in charge of your dorm, Maria Kowalska, is make eye contact with you from across the field, like the church. Then there's a large field where sports happen, where rugby, football, cricket, those all kind of set up. She kind of sees you and immediately makes tracks, and she immediately, even though she is in dress, blazer, tie, fancy, well polished shoes, she is immediately getting into a sprinter's run and is going to, chase you down and give you early morning demerit, which is essentially you have to wake up extra early and basically go across the school, and then come back, and it might be multiple mornings if she can catch you. So she's about to get ready. She's about to start running. What are you guys doing?
I
What?
don't do Karthik.
Uh-huh.
Say, listen, I know you don't sleep or whatever.
Yeah.
Anything we can leverage against that? So
I think you see Karthik, as you mention the fact that he can't sleep, can't eat, kind of remind him that he's a ghost, and he's standing in a graveyard and he's staring at a gravestone that's covered in so much moss and damage that the name on it is barely legible, like it has been forgotten. And with that, I would like to. We're playing timey-wimey nonsense, but could I, GM, have in this time of being sad at the graveyard, use my move Unresolved Trauma so that I can become traumatized? So it's whenever something brings to mind your death, you choke up and gain the condition traumatized. If you don't have it already, whenever someone helps you resolve this condition, you both mark experience.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. You can immediately this could be fairly traumatic. So yeah, 100% you can gain it.
Fantastic. And if I'm allowed to do timey-wimey shit and have that before, can I now turn around towards the prefect and use my move Projected Blame, which is while I am traumatized, I may act as though others had the condition at fault for my death.
Okay. So are you saying something to her, or just raising a finger and pointing?
No, I think a bunch of what happens to Karthik is that he has a flood of pieces of memories that are shattered, that don't quite make sense. He remembers sliding down an especially muddy hill and hanging out by a ditch, his foot getting caught in something, and then like the flash of flashlights, and then his friends fucking off, and him kind of like being confused. And I think he remembers a voice, an authoritative voice, and whether or not it is this prefect's voice or someone else depends. But his memory's too fragmented and shattered to know. But I think he like turns over to the prefect, those intense eyes seeping directly into theirs, and just says, "You were there and you did nothing. You were there and you did nothing for me." That's how he's going to impose that projection of blame. It's kind of this cold sensation that grips them from the chest and then moves throughout the rest of their body.
Excellent. So they get that condition at fault. Whether or not that's true, you feel it in your ectoplasm. You send that across. Roll to shut them down. That is roll cold, and you gain a +1 for that condition that they have.
Ooh, I will double check what score this is for shut them down. With cold, yep. My cold
Yes.
is 2, and I have a +1, right? So at 3.
Yep.
I needed that. So that is a 9 total.
All right. With 9 total, choose one of the options. Like before, they lose a string on you. They don't have any. So you can either gain a string on them, give them another condition, or take +1 forward. But they give you a condition in return.
I'll take a 1 forward.
Yeah. So there is this little, like, she stumbles, like she literally almost feels like this cold go into her body, and they're like stumbling a little bit, and like almost like collapses, and like there's like hurting her knee as this kind of like happening. So you do have, you have a head start, you get that little heads up, and just like, aims at you, and then you just kind of get that like flash that just that kind of like condition that you just like glaring at you and like seeing you, because so often people just kind of like their eyes glaze over you. They kind of forget you're there. They're like, oh, attendance, and they forget to call you for attendance. This person sees you, like really sees you. And there's something about her eyes that like bears into you. And for once in your life, in your immortal life, now post life, you feel in danger. You feel this person is a threat to you, even though nothing should be a threat to you. You're a ghost, but you do feel that this person is a threat. So stumbling, all this happening.
Mhm.
What are the rest of you doing? Are you letting this happen? Are you running away while the inversion's happening?
Gayatri was closest to Karthik. So
Okay. So Gayatri, what's your move?
Yeah, the thing is, I think I'm gonna keep on brand and say that Gayatri tries to like just grab Karthik's hand and run away, but doesn't actually realize it until she has run away a bit, that she failed to grab his hand.
Got it. That's absolutely fine. You grab the hand and just start legging it. Running. Where are you running? You like running into the forest, like deeper into the forest?
Towards where we're going.
Okay, so you're like running through the graveyard towards the forest where it's like deeper woods. Shay, you see this? Like you see Gayatri, your Gayatri, just like going in, grabbing Karthik and just like running, into the safety of the forest. What do you do? What are you feeling?
I listen to what Karthik has to say, and even though he's not looking at me or addressing me or speaking those words to me in any way, there's this sort of pit in my stomach. There's this like gaping hole in my body where I know that should be directed at me, and that is what he would say to me if he knew. And I feel that for a moment. And then I knock again and I say, anyone but him, just how do I fix this? Just tell me how to fix this.
Are you staying stationary while this is happening?
I'm going towards Karthik. Wherever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like chasing after. while this is happening. Yeah. So what were you asking?
I'm asking how I can trade his life for something else, make another deal, amend my existing deal, do something so that
Okay.
like he doesn't suffer the way he is right now.
Sure. In that case, I'm going to ask you to gaze into the abyss. This is rolling plus dark. And if you have any other moves that you think can help you, let me know.
Let's see what other moves I have. I have a +2 to dark, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. Plus 5 power strings.
7 +2, so 9.
What's good? You can also use strings attached. Oh, okay, never mind then. Yeah, so you're rolling 9, you said.
Yeah, and in terms of my moves, I have this move,
Yes.
a bargain that I can
Yeah.
have with the devil. It's called
Sure.
strings attached. I can ask the dark power for something that I really, really want. The MC will attach a price to the thing that I want
Yeah.
and hint at its undesired nature. If I pay the price, I get what I'm after.
Okay, yeah, so we can use that instead of gaze into the abyss. That is a much more appropriate move. Yeah, so the connection comes back because you have left hollowed ground, and so you see, so you know, like, and it's like, it's not really appreciated when we try and swap people, unshuffle someone back onto the mortal coil. They start to notice that people have kind of been missing. So it's just fair. But I think this one's fairly easy. If you give the people up above a little bit of a bribery, because they always the big G always needs his angels. So if you get someone else to a virtuous soul, he'll be walking back nice and fitting. Yeah. Not to me,
And as is happening, I'm gonna throw it to Kiana. What are you?
Yeah, yeah.
So Kiana would, I think, have paid enough attention over the past however long this crush has been active to would have paid enough attention to Shay to notice that anytime Karthik's death is mentioned, or the fact that he is a ghost, that she would look upset at least, if not lose some of her inner light, and so I think, well, first that would be Kiana's first thought, and because she would have basically when she sees Gayatri running, she sees Karthik basically doing something to put a wrench in the prefect's plans to catch us
Gotcha.
in our truancy. So, and I would know that that's what he was doing, I think, because we're pretty good friends. But still, like, the combination of Shay's pained expression, and like, because I can see also, would I have any sense so Shay, would you have told Kiana at all about like this voice that speaks in your mind?
Nobody knows
Okay, cool.
what I've done.
Okay, no, not what
But
you've done, but would I know
right,
that
that deal, what its implications are.
Mm-hmm.
But it's obvious when you look closely that something's wrong. Like not just like visually and physically, but like also in this sort of like almost as if she's sometimes not here and in like a different And it's
Yeah.
very easy to sense that.
Okay, so I think, because of the amount of attention Kiana would be paying to Shay, I think she would notice, and because of what promises mean to the Fae, I think if she senses that there is something, she might not know exactly what's going on, but if she senses that some being is trying to control and extract promises from Shay, I think she would try and not exactly interrupt, but distract Shay by like grabbing her hand and trying to run. As Shay tries to move towards Karthik, and then I would also like to, because that is a physical action. I'm wondering if I can also take like a move, which is I would like to share Karthik's pain. So I'm going to share your pain, if I can, because whether or not he's using it as a move clearly hurts.
Where's this? I'm not seeing share pain. Is that a
So
Fae
it-
thing?
No, it's in the Monsterhearts cheat sheet. It is the last move. Share your pain plus dark.
That's a growing up move. You get that with
yeah.
experience.
Yeah, that's when
Oh.
you're a mature adult.
I'm not adult. Okay, fine. I'm just gonna run away
Exactly.
then.
You
Sorry,
can only
Karthik.
use the-
Love you. Bye.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's
You guys-
fine.
So yeah, you just grab the hand and just start running. So yeah, you guys are heading into the forest. Chased by the relentless Polish prefect. As things are going on, as you guys head deeper and deeper, like into the into the forest, into the woods. At this point, you realize a little bit lost in the woods, but Karthik, do you allow guys to just lead you anywhere, or do you have like you know where your
Yeah, I
body
think-
should be?
I think for like the first few minutes as we're trying to run away from the prefect, like Karthik is basically disassociating for a little bit, which is funny because he's a ghost, so that's a great experience to have. And I think he like slowly comes back and realizes where we are, and he kind of goes, "Wait, y'all, are we all together? Have we all
More or less.
regrouped?
Yep.
All right, cool." He kind of like looks at everyone really confused, and he's like, "We're close." I think to answer your question, Chirag, I think he has an idea, but his memory is a little foggy. Like he has like maybe a radius where he knows where it is, but he doesn't know like specific area.
Yeah. I think like this kind of thing, and like as you kind of like
Yeah.
in this kind of area, like you're deep in the forest, like the land's getting a little bumpy. Forest, it's getting quite chilly. I think this might. Do you think this might be like these memories of being back here, this familiarity? Do you think it might incite some kind of like fear or like trigger Karthik in some way?
Probably. I think like Karthik does, like his eyes are widened, and he's kind of like staring at the forest, and it looks like it's suffocating him a little bit. And he just kind of goes, feel like it's close, but I don't know where it is. My mind's a little scattered. I haven't been here in so long. I've been trying to get people to come here. I've not actually set foot in here.
As Karthik like starts like, very visually, hyperventilate to some degree, I will be like, hey, it's fine. You're not alone. Figure it out. Just breathe.
Yeah, we find it. Could I do a gaze into the abyss roll? I'm not sure what abyss character could gaze into, but
you could stare into any of these monsters' eyes. Is there something you're looking for before you roll into the abyss? Like before you roll, like what are you exactly hoping to find?
I mean, ideally, where Karthik's grave is.
I think before we do that, like that's very good. First, I want to see if Karthik can keep his cool. So could you roll to keep your cool?
Yeah, I will definitely roll to keep my cool. Let me just double check my condition.
It's with cold.
I think my cold is good.
I think because you're traumatized, you might get a -1 to this.
That's fair. I was gonna say that I think a -1 would be fair.
if there was a helping each other out move, this would be a great. You can, if you have a string on him, you can spend to like kind of add plus.
I was just gonna say that, like, if I can,
yeah, you can like help him out, like give him a condition, like feeling better or something. You can definitely do that if you want to.
It would very, very well help.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Mhm.
I think this game, gotta be fucking feral. I don't think that Shamini is in a place where she can necessarily, in earnest, be there for him. So here's what she's
Mhm.
going to do.
All right.
She's going for that power that sort of holds this looming contract over her. She's going to use a move called Elsewise Power, where I'll give the dark power a string over me and use that as an opportunity to use a move from any other playbook.
Okay.
And I'll use a ghost move called Transference. When you spend time truly listening to someone else's struggles, they heal one harm and then transfer the remaining harm to you. And I know this is not like mechanically harm, but in the spirit of what he's going through, if I could use something that I've possibly seen him as a ghost himself like do before, try to like
Yeah.
be the better person that I see him be sometimes.
Sure. That will be helpful, transference.
Mhm.
If and when they take harm, because they might, depending. What did you get, Karthik, on your roll?
Well, I rolled a 5.
Mm-hmm. So a total of 5 or a total of 6? Okay.
A total of 5. Yep.
Yeah. So you are just like, like it's getting,
Yeah.
it's getting like you're back there. You're back there
Yeah.
in that moment, going down there. You're like with your mate. You're like, I'm laughing, having a good time. The term trampolining comes up. It's just like a big time. And a lot of the moment was foggy before, like how it actually happened. Why don't you tell us, a little bit more, maybe not a bit more clearly, and how it felt. Like, we never actually said, was it a fall? Oh, an attack? Well,
Mhm.
what's the vibe now that it's getting more clear?
I think as the images become more clear, it starts off with Karthik joking with Rehan and with Seamus and and Tom, and then he being the like overly macho like main character energy in this group of young fuckboys.
Yeah.
He dives first into this ditch that has been surrounded with fallen branches, twigs, things like that. It's kind of made a makeshift dam almost in this area of the wood. And he's stepping over it. He pulls a stick out. He's being a silly young man, pulling out a stick and swinging it around, pretending like he and the boys are having a lightsaber duel in the middle of the dark forest. And I think in the thing that clarifies in this moment is the exact moment where he falls. And I think it is when everyone panics hearing voices coming after them. And Karthik just steps on one piece of branch or twig that is loose, and he feels himself fall. And I think that's what he remembers falling.
Yeah.
He remembers darkness, and he remembers being alone.
Yeah. There's like this noise, someone's coming. You remember that voice authority. Is it, was it the prefect? Was it something else? That's not clear. What is clear is the sensation of falling, the impact. There's like there's that snap, this coldness that comes over you. And then you just feel that. And you almost feel like you're dying it as the pain kind of like rockets through you. Thankfully, someone is there willing to take the harm with their copied ghost move. Is that not right, Shay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hee
So instead of taking 3 harm, you take instead what's it called? 1 harm is taken, so it's 2 harm, and then all that harm is transferred over to Shay as she suddenly feels, the sensation of, it's like a ghost echo of just like bone being danged. It's like it is painful as you just like take nasty injury. Like on level of pain, it's like something fractured your arm, but it's like all over your body. It's like
Right.
this, and it's
Do I take
subdued.
none of the harm or just 2?
Yeah, you took 3. 1 was healed, and
Okay.
then 2 was transferred. So you felt the pain, but there's no harm recorded on your sheet.
Okay.
There
Sounds
is
good.
2 harm. Yeah. So you felt it, and you felt it being drained away by Shay. Yeah. Unless Shay, I think Shay can't. Do you want to make that not obvious that you would take?
I think, yeah, she's gonna try to make it not obvious.
Yeah,
But you like will visibly obviously flinch at that pain.
Yeah.
Is it like physical, the pain, or is it just like a phantom?
It is intense phantom pain because it's a ghost move.
Yeah.
Hey.
Um,
Yeah, so there's no physical harm shown on your body, but you felt it. Like you had a phantom limb and that got hurt. Like,
yeah.
So you flinch, maybe an audible wince as you come out of that vision.
And you see like her eyes wide, looking between everybody else. I think we lost her, and you see that she has this like very like speaking through her teeth, not necessarily like, again, like trying to be nonchalant, but like this time truly struggling. Like you can tell.
Yeah.
Are you okay? She looks at Karthik, and but like you see her like sort of wince a bit.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Are you all right?
Yeah, totally.
Right. I think I remember sort of where my body is. I think I remember what it looks like.
Okay.
Someplace with I mean I don't even know if the ditch is still there. It's winter. The snow has fallen. There's like a ditch surrounded by twigs and branches and that. It's kind of made like its own sort of dam. I think it's there.
Right. We should all go. And she sort of looks between Gayatri and Kiana. And I'm gonna say, having experienced what I just did, I probably just know like where we're supposed to head, having like been in that spot. But I will like let you give like vague instructions before I like very purposefully start moving in that direction.
Yeah, you have kind of an idea. What's it called? Let's go. Gayatri, you were like about to like do a move, and then you kind of like got like, instead of before you could grab, ghost face and look into the eyes, or however you want to get to do this. Suddenly, hand was kind of taken by Shay, and they did something. What do you feel about that?
I am like, so like initially when that happens, I'm looking at Karthik and worried. But after that, like you can see, like as much as I've been trying this whole time not to betray any sense of caring for Shay, like I'm very, very worried about Shay, and I just keep like glancing at her, trying to like figure out like is she really okay?
And we make
Kiana?
our way towards.
Yeah, Kiana, how are you feeling? Because you also have, a dog in this game, in this race.
Yeah. What an elegant way to put it. I Is it possible? Because I see that healing is usually done for yourself. Is it possible for me to help heal?
If you guys
Okay.
want to take, if someone wants to take the time to heal, then yes, they can. If you guys feel like, okay, we'll take a break and we can do that, then they can heal and you can help them heal.
I see.
But there is that. Do you guys feel that you're safe, or do you feel, because the prefect didn't exactly stop running after you? You guys think that
Yeah.
you've lost her, so it's up to you guys if you want to tell Shay, hey, let's stop. Let me, nurse you back to health.
I'm just wondering if I can manipulate Kowalska, because
Well,
can I?
I'm just wondering if I can manipulate should be Kiana's just
Yes.
like
Yeah.
motto. Like she should wear that on her t-shirt.
Hey, can I manipulate?
Yes.
Can I just? I mean, I'm Faye. It's just a thing we do.
Yeah.
Don't like worry about it.
It's
Yeah.
the motto of fake eye.
It's in their culture.
Yeah, it's in
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Where is the sanskar Shay? मेरे में है, तुम में क्यों नहीं है? So.
Oh my god,
sorry.
Shay and Faye, it could be a sitcom.
Shay and the Fae.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, yes. So can I manipulate them?
Yeah, but first of all, they'd have to be there. You have to like physically like see them. And
Oh,
the
yes,
only
that's
way to
fine.
manipulate someone is to have a string on them. And
Yeah.
the easiest way, unless you have a move that does it, what's it called, is to turn them on.
Yeah.
If you have any other moves that can kind of do that, you can use it. If you think you can, but it's good. That's entirely okay. The other way to, of course, do it is shut them down. That's
Yeah.
another way to like stop it. And then you can gain a string on them if they don't have a string on you.
Yeah. Can
so it is,
can I try and shut them down?
You'd have to wait for, you have to go find them or wait for them to find you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So it's like, do you want to do that?
Okay, so if they're not actually actively on the scene and I cannot actually heal Shay without taking a break, which I don't think we want to do given the situation, I think I would just kind of like give her like a one-armed hug, just to see like, yeah, just to convey my concern, and then kind of like start moving in the direction that she wants to go, and also kind of like glancing back at like Karthik and looking at Gayu to be like, you guys okay? What, I mean, not okay, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'll be all right. I think at this point, Karthik has mostly pulled himself together. Mostly because he's concerned for Shay and Gayatri, because he's just kind of like, something else is happening here and I'm not able to see it right now, but clearly Gayatri and I are on the same track. So I think he kind of is just looking over at Gayatri and will quietly say so that the other two don't hear him. You see something?
Did I see something?
I don't know. I just saw that you might have noticed something about Shay too.
She doesn't seem to be doing okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What happened to you? What what did you feel?
Well, I just remembered what really happened the night I died. It just came back all of a sudden. I don't know where that came from. I think just being back here again. But I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm better now. But it was just shocking. That's all.
I wonder why that affected Shay then.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a little odd too.
I think. Okay, so I think I'm gonna use Gaze into the Abyss still, but now instead to like kind of look for what's going on with Shay.
Sure. Absolutely. Roll plus dark. Using any mortal moves that give you like a bonus? I don't know if you have any. I'm just double checking.
I don't think any of my mortal moves.
Absolutely fine.
Yes.
Gayatri is our Bella Swan.
Oh my god. I would
It's
love
time for you to push your hair behind your ear and
would
gaze
love it to
lovingly at
work.
someone.
Oh, well, I didn't know. You didn't?
That
Oh, so
was so good.
No notes. 10 out of 10.
That was
Yeah, I
so
got a
good.
12.
Hey.
So imagine I'm literally doing that to Shay and I get a 12.
Shay, are you hiding something from me? And then like, and then
It's the forest where she's like, and he's like, say it
What you want.
out loud.
and just like how long have you and Shay been to been a thing?
Well, we're not anymore, but
How
How
long
long?
were we? I think?
How long were you a thing?
Year? 2 years?
yeah, I would say like year and a half. Like it was one of those like very first,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extremely very
long
first.
term the situations that at least Shay wouldn't have experienced before. So there's always that little space, right, for the first love. So
Yeah.
um
So
yeah.
You look
Love
you look
it.
at her. You look at her. Well, like the first time in a long time, really looked at her, and just like can see just like who she is differently. Like these like lines at the side of her face that you don't like, oh, she's just tired. These are like red lines and they're like becoming more visible. Like, how did I miss this? Seeing these like sides of her, this kind of like flexing, this kind of like, dark energy. Like, you discovered ghosts are real. Maybe you know that there's something wrong with Kiana. Maybe you think Kiana is just, that's just what British Indian people are like. You're not sure.
Oh, I think we established that I already know about
I'm
it.
British Indian. I'm allowed to say that.
I'm
Fine.
pretty sure we've established I know about everyone. already.
Yeah, so I know you, but yeah, except Shay, you didn't know. Shay hasn't told anyone about the deal. Shay, you don't know what's up with Shay, but there is something different. And like as you're like kind of like looking at those like lines, they feel less like lines. They feel like red fingers, kind of like pressing against the head. Kind of like you feel like there's a pressure there, almost like there's a figure right behind her. Just out of you just can't quite make it out, but there is something there, almost like pushing and pulling, and there is a presence there. That's like you feel this like pressure that's kind of like feeding into her, like giving little commands, almost like instead of a marionette pulling strings, this is like a pianist playing on the piano and just like giving in these kind of commands, or like typing on the keyboard. These like three strange fingers like giving in these like little messages, and you can kind of like see this energy that's there, this like kind of aura around her, and just like she is damaged. Like something that's happened recently is like internal energy. You don't know what a soul looks like because you've never seen one before, but something akin to that has been hurt, like fairly recently. Most likely that was the weird stuff, but there's definitely a power. There's definitely something there, an external power that's influencing. And like as this is happening, the finger moves. That's pressing something, and then inside, yeah, you don't get like a call. This is just like a message has dropped, ping, and you just kind of like, do you want to look at the message? You just choose to ignore it.
I'll look at it. I will.
So it like pops up, and then you can like, and you kind of see it's a Kowalska equals hashtag virtuous question mark.
And I look back at my friend. At this point,
Do it.
I've dropped the ruse of like letting Karthik lead us to where he thinks that vague sensation is. Like I am walking with purpose now. Like I know. And I'm still reeling from the pain. And I
Mhm.
say, yes,
You hear the sound of water. Like it's leading you in that kind of direction. Like it's softening you, like the sound of a stream, maybe a river. As you kind of lean that way, Gayatri, the figure, that's behind, it turns its head towards you. It's blank. There's nothing there. But you feel like a wink, or like a wink emote, like coming at you, and then it vanishes. Like you can't see it anymore. Yeah. It made not eye contact with you, before vanishing. And you see this like stream. Not you specifically. Everyone sees this kind of stream where Shay has kind of led you. And you recognize people who are in division, which is basically Karthik and maybe Shay a little bit, the remnants of the dam. And maybe because of weather or that kind of thing, the dam is broken and there is water kind of just like filling that area. But you can see like the remnants of that dam that you were playing on, Karthik. And most likely that means, and the water's there, it's kind of cold. It's not frozen over. It's not that cold, but the water is cold. And not like a raging torrent, but it is decently moving stream. That's pretty tall. Like maybe you don't know how deep it is, but you remember the dam was quite tall. So yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm just wondering, near the remnants of the dam, we'll find the remnants of the damned.
Again, I'm catching strays. Everyone,
Wrap it up. We're done.
I don't think
That's
you
it,
call
y'all.
it.
That's the show.
I don't think you call it strays when they're targeted attacks.
They are targeted now. This is shrapnel directed at me. Anyway, my question is: would it be based on the water that I'm seeing now, and like just so I get a good visual? Would it be logical for Karthik to jump to the conclusion that it might have the current has pushed his body out, or is it like gentle enough where there's still hope that my body is in the dam itself and not sent off somewhere else?
The vibe that you feel like when you're getting closer to your body, it has never been stronger than as you're standing next to the dam.
I think as we were walking over here, I think he's staying pretty close to Gayatri. And he kind of just like you can see him shaking like a leaf. The closer and closer we get to this area, and I think he's just like, I think it's still there. Now that we're here, it feels real bad to make y'all go look at that, huh? And I think you see him kind of like hesitate and shake. And I think, what move will I use? I kind of want to be fucked up a little bit. How fucked up do I want to be? How fucked up do I want to be?
This is the vibe.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my move Limitless and begin like trying to fly, but I'm shaking the entire time that I'm there. What move would this be? Because it's not really gaze into the abyss, because my body does exist and I can probably look at it. But is there a way for me to like kind of gaze at it from a distance so that I can determine whether or not I want my nice friends to go and look at my body, or if I'm like, hey, maybe I go do a thing real quick and make sure.
You feel I'm tempted to say, you can correct me. It's possible that if you like stick your ghostly head into the water, assuming running water is not an issue for you, you tell me if it is. Stick your head in it. That might be another. That's a vampire thing. That might be a keep your cool. Just like seeing your own body might be a thing. It's
No, I like that. I think I would like to attempt that. I think you see Karthik like begin to float and like move towards the dam, and I will roll to keep my cool. I'm rolling with cold. Don't fuck me on this. You didn't fuck me on this.
Okay.
Good. That's a 12.
11 with traumatized, but still good.
11 with traumatized.
Yes, we cannot forget you took that, and you have not
I
done
did take that. I am
to get rid of
significantly
this.
traumatized.
Exactly. So you're able to stick your head in, and you can ask me a question about the situation.
How we don't have to go into gruesome details because safety.
Sure.
But like, how bad is my body right now? Is it okay enough that I as Karthik would feel that I would call my friends here, or is it kind of like maybe I wanna go and do a thing?
Yeah, you go down into the water, and it's like it's little. But you get a look at your body. Like before the water, you couldn't see it; it wasn't properly clear. But now you're in. Your uniform's completely wrecked. You know, the water damage, the old is like that's almost completely. It's basically rags at this point. You look at your body, and it's like your body's at a weird angle because of the way you landed. But it's like you'd expect after 6 months to look much worse, but it looks it looks bruised, but it looks like you died yesterday. Doesn't look like you died 6 months ago. It looks like you barely even look dead.
Can I ask an additional sub question to that? You can feel free not to answer me. Does that information spark joy in me, or is that kind of like, oh, this is not right? That's not how that's supposed to work.
I mean, it probably does both, but this is a personal reaction. You can gaze into the abyss if you want to like find out more. But like this feels like a personal choice.
I kind of want to gaze. The question I'm asking is, would I kind of go, there's some kind of fuckery happening, and as much as I'm okay with this, I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, even without gazing into this, I can tell you, you know, you're smart. You've gotten through enough biology tests to know this isn't right. But do a gaze into the abyss as you stare into your dead body under the water.
Why? Anyway, I'm sorry, I just rolled. I have a -1 to my dark, so that's a 4.
Yeah, this is you're looking at your dead body, you're looking at, you know, all this kind of stuff. You're like, wait, no, I'm going to be dead. What's this thing? What is going on? Why is this happening to me? I feel you might be about to enter your darkest self.
I think so too. That's fair.
Yeah. Yes. For those who don't know, the darkest self is something each playbook has that they can trigger. You know, some moves will trigger it, but usually it comes from failing a move, and that being an option when something truly big happens. I think seeing your own dead body might be worth it. So why don't you read out what your darkest self is for the ghost?
Gladly. The darkest self of the ghost is you become invisible, unnoticeable. No one can see you, feel you, or hear your voice. You can still affect inanimate objects, but this is your only avenue of communication. You escape your darkest self when someone acknowledges your presence and demonstrates how much they want you around.
Yeah. The rest of you guys, you see Karthik go into the water, and then nothing come out. Karthik, please feel free to continue if you had something else you wanted to say.
I think Karthik, like, he was like, I think he like dipped his head in, into the dam to see his body. So y'all saw like half of his body at least as he like peered in his ghostly form, and then it's all gone. And I think you hear like splashing of water, like footsteps on water, panicked steps, and that's about it. I'm very curious about how everyone else is going to react to that piece of information.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking Gayatri is not really caring about that right now. And I think like Gayatri is going to try and like push Kiana to like go check out what's happening with Karthik so that she can talk to Shay for a minute.
I mean, the love between us is so strong. Yes. So Kiana's gonna go. Yeah. So here's my question to you, dear MC, person who controls us at the moment.
Yeah, I haven't controlled anything.
Fingers on our temples.
Yay!
Okay. Can I possibly spend a string on Karthik to to bring him back from a condition?
No, you don't know what the condition is. First of all, and
Okay.
also this move doesn't let you remove conditions. I actually checked. You can only give someone the condition. You can tempt them to do something you want.
Yeah.
But you can't. And also, you cannot see them. So it's not like you can
Mm.
You'd have to call out to them. And last you saw, they sucked their head into the water, and now you can't see them.
Yeah.
Like you might think they fell into the water, and there was splashing. So it's you don't really know if you can. That's that move wouldn't work. But if you are trying to call out to him, you can. But
Yeah, like if I want to learn more about him, I guess is the move sort of close to that.
And what are you trying to learn?
What the hell's happening to him, for one?
You want to? Yeah, you can shout out or go towards him. That's absolutely fine.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to do that. Kiana's going to go towards Karthik, or where she last saw Karthik. And would you say, Karthik, friend, former fling, would you
Yes,
say
friend.
that,
Yeah.
would you say that that we made some promises to one another back when the flinging was being flung?
Sure. The flinging was being flung is a way of saying that, but yeah, I'd say so. What kind of promises are you thinking?
You know, just kind of I'll always be there for you, blah blah blah.
Oh no.
That's a bit
Oh,
strong to say to
no.
your ex. Very strong to say to your ex.
I mean, yeah, but you know, I wasn't an ex at the time, so there's that.
That's true.
The
And
logic
we are
is sound.
teenagers. We do say some very, very interesting shit from time to
Sure.
time.
That's what I'm saying, you know, because teenagers are all, oh my god, I love you forever, blah blah, you know.
Yeah. Sure. In that case, are you considering this a broken promise, or are you trying to use your string to tempt them to do something?
I'm tempting them to do something.
What do you want them to do?
Right. So I want Karthik to. So we can. We can't see him, but we would still feel ghostly.
Well, all
touch.
you saw was him splashing. As far as you know,
okay.
you don't know if he's in the water or not.
Right.
I don't think he's ever turned invisible before.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to pull a string that I have on Karthik to be Karthik, because I suspect something's gone wrong. I don't know what it is, but so and when Karthik doesn't respond,
I mean, have you tried? Have you tried it?
That's what I'm saying. So, yeah. So first, I'm going to try calling out to him.
Okay.
I'm going to be
call out. To him.
Yeah. Karthik.
You hear in response more panicked splashing, like someone's in the water, and I think you would also hear a stick going rubbing against you know how kids, when they hold a stick and they kind of pull it against railings so it makes a little funny jingling sound, almost like a clanging. You hear the clanging of sticks against one, someone is unceasingly beating against it.
Got it. So I'm gonna. So obviously that takes my attention, and at that point, do you want me to drag? How much do you want me to? Because I would at that point feel like something is wrong, and that because Karthik usually responds. Can I assume that for whatever reason he cannot respond either?
Yeah, you can assume something's wrong because splashing of water and then the stick coming along. Why is a ghost who can fly acting like they are drowning? So that's a fair thing to establish. Sure.
Okay. So at that point, I would try to pull the string to help him. So I would say, Karthik, I don't I don't know how to help you. I don't know what's happening. I can't see you. That seems weird. I've seen. I don't know what's happening, but if it's you that's making the noise with the stick, could you tap twice on whatever you're making the noise with, and with the stick, please?
Tap tap.
Okay. Great. Well, so you can't do this. You're a friend of mine. You can't just disappear. That's not allowed. This is not part of the promise you made to me as my friend, as whatever we were last semester. You can't. It's not. This is
We're
not
doing
fair.
so great for breaking up from after one
I know.
semester, by the way.
Whatever. Anyway, so yes, it was a great half term. So I mean, what? You died this last year, and then I've only seen you as a ghost. Anyway, that's not. So we are not getting into this right now. So I'm gonna be like, Karthik,
Tap 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 tap.
okay, yeah, Karthik, just we are not getting into this right now. Stop it. And then I'm going to try and pull the string to be like, okay, I need you to, if you can, please get out of the water, or come out of wherever you are, and just hold my hand. Try and hold my hand. I want to see if he can move.
Do you accept the string?
Yeah, I'll accept the string.
All right. Mhm.
I'm just reading my darkest self rules right now.
Yeah.
You can affect inanimate objects. Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah. What do you do?
I would like to point out
as I'm
before
reading, yes.
that I'm wearing bangles, just to give you some inanimate objects to play with. Yeah.
That helps. That helps a lot, because otherwise I would bring up a stick floating in the air and poke you with it.
Yeah.
And Bangles is a lot more adorable, romantic, very Paheli vibes. I'm loving it. So I think you are looking towards this like broken off dam, and then you see splashing in the water, like someone's walking in it, but there's no one there. And then you suddenly feel someone just like playing with your bangle, just up and down, like being very playful.
Just a reminder: when you accept attempt, gain an experience point, and also anyone who's failed a roll, you gain experience point for each roll you failed. I kind of forgot about that, but
That's okay.
I don't think anyone's getting the 5 this session, but just keep track.
Yep.
Okay, so when Kiana feels like the bangles move, which I'm trying very hard not to make a joke about, so then I think then Kiana would be like, okay, well, I think if you can use the stick to let's find you some like dirt to write in, and we can use the stick for you to do a seance type nonsense. I know you hate this part, but whatever. And then we're going to get
Ghost Pictionary. Let's go.
So, as you are planning that out, we go over to the other two, because Gayatri was very keen on having private time to chat with Shay while you were, rescuing the ghost friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna literally just kind of confront Shay and be like, what's happening with you?
What are you talking about?
I can see the lines. I saw a thing behind you.
A thing behind me?
Yeah, and its hands and the lines, and what are you not telling me?
Now's not the time for this. Karthik is. Where is Karthik? And I am going to sort of like just start to step away, but then pause and look at Gayatri and say, I'm sorry I hurt you. I did not mean to. I think I've made some poor choices and just trying to fix them. That's it. I'll fix it. It'll be fine. I just need 8 hours, you know? It's fine. Let's go find Karthik. And like I'm gonna start moving in an attempt to not even let you respond as a character, but like
Yeah.
I'm gonna start stepping away towards
Yeah, I think
the missing
think-
body.
you trying to like literally like we'll talk about this later. Enough. You're shutting them down. Roll with cold.
Can I counter that actually?
Okay.
Because I think it's too earnest and possibly the most honest thing she's said
Sure.
to Gayatri or anybody in a while for it to be like a cold move. Like I think what it would actually, let's see.
You can spend if you want to like spend a string instead. That's like I am your friend. Remember this thing. You can do that instead. Tempt them to basically just like let's talk about this later.
Sorry,
Otherwise,
I should clarify. I'm not trying to like mechanically stop
this,
anything from happening. This is very much like a. I'm not trying to like, you know, manipulate or push Gayatri into any situation. You just see that don't want to, you know. I would say it's more like keep your cool than like shut someone down, if that makes any sense.
okay. I mean, are you afraid of something? Are you afraid
Yeah.
of being found out? Okay, then roll to keep your cool.
And also like the consequences of being found out.
Yeah, of course.
Ooh, that's a 9. But what is my cool? Let's see.
-1, isn't it?
My cool is my cold is -1. That's right. So 8.
All right. On a 7 to 9, the MC will tell you how your action would leave you vulnerable, and you choose to back down or go through to it. So basically, you're basically trying to like be composed and like kind of just like it's fine. This is a future issue. There's nothing to worry about, kind of thing. I think what's it called. How would this work? The action to leave you vulnerable. I think like you're kind of like I think you're kind of like putting this kind of like barrier is just like that she's much more attentive right now. So you couldn't if you ever try and like have a private conversation, you get the vibe that she would know that you're having like a mental conversation with Mephisto. So either you can like confess, or like the next time you have a conversation with Mephisto or any kind of communication, she will know. Like it'll meet it. You get the vibe that she would pick up on it immediately, unless you choose to like back down and like explain it. You could just like wait until she sees it next time. You don't know that you don't know she sees the person because you don't see the person, but yeah.
She's probably seen more of this entity than I have.
Mhm.
And yeah, I will make this a problem for a later date, for a later self,
Sure.
because there are more pressing matters at hand. And I gotta go fix a friend. So
So Gayatri is going to like shout, like not like shout, but like call out you as you're leaving. You say you're sorry for hurting you, but you're lying to me like even now. And like if you just keep walking, I think like Gayatri is going to run away. Like kind of very frustrated.
Nice.
If are you close enough to us that Kiana would notice Gayu turning and?
Yes, but Shay would be the first one to notice. So it's up to Shay to react. Do you try and stop Gayatri from running off? Do you try and chase after her, or do you just let her
I
run?
will try to reach out and be like, look, Karthik needs you. You're his friend who looks at stones with him, all right? Like, he needs you.
Okay.
And this can wait.
Gayatri, does this stop you, or do you just keep going?
Your
I-
friend needs you.
Gayatri is going to keep going. I can't, like, because I think Gayatri is going to be like, I can't keep track anymore. Who is my friend and who is what? You're lying to me about this. I don't know how long you've been lying to me. My girlfriend is clearly flirting with my ex, which is you. I don't want to know how Karthik is involved in this. I'm done. And like she's just like, yeah.
Damn. Do you want to shut down Shay, or do you just want to run?
I just want to like actually run away.
Sure, that's absolutely
Oh,
fine.
that's a move. That's right.
Yep, absolutely. Roll with volatile. Thank you for reminding me. Actually.
That is an 8.
Okay, choose one. You get away, but choose one option. You run into something worse, you cause a big scene, or you lose something behind.
Ooh. I mean, I'm tempted to say big scene because I like big scenes. But it might be also very cool if I leave something behind.
Your trust. Sorry, I'm just being very melodramatic.
Extremely. I mean, that's not a bad thing. Is it? Melodrama is the thing. But like, do you have something in mind, Asis?
I'm just thinking what's the way to make this the most dramatic. Okay, how about this? Let's say there's something that Kiana gave me, like maybe like a hair tie or something, and
Okay.
that like falls off when I'm trying to run away.
Sure. Like, get across your
It's
head.
so dramatic. Am I the drama?
Yeah, you should. Everyone should be the drama. We all need the drama. You're the mortal. This is what we expect. Like, I must go. So Branch gets caught in your hair moment. Hairband comes off. The very special, potentially fayish one that Kiana got you, and you just start legging it before the others can catch up to you. We're going to find out where you got to, but we know it's somewhere safe. But where exactly it is, we'll find out later. 3 of you, you're there. Well, 2 of you know you're there. None of you know. You get the idea Karthik is there. I think he's trying to reestablish the writing system with a stick in the earth into the ground. It's easier because there's water, so the mud is wet, so it's a little easier to write down there. And you just saw someone. You just saw your dear friend Gayatri, and perhaps something more ran off. What do you guys do?
So Kiana would have. So while this was happening, so Kiana says to Karthik, "Okay, let's do the thing with the mud and the stick," and then so Karthik, so I kneel on the floor and like start drawing out letters like in a Ouija board. Whereas Karthik, what do you do?
Oh my god, you're Stranger Thingsing it.
Yeah.
So as soon as she's done with the makeshift Ouija board in the mud, Karthik points to letters on the board. And I think the sentence basically reads like body in dam. And then I think while he's like typing like this out with the stick, we see we see the storming off, right? Like we
Yes.
witness
Yeah.
that.
You saw
I
and
think
heard.
you see you see the stick waving in the air like really furiously as if Karthik is saying random shit.
So when the stick is moving, I'm like, what? Gayu, come back. Where are you going? Gayu? Do you respond? Do you hear me?
And stick.
Oh no, I think I'm like long gone.
Yeah,
like
guy-
I'm assuming like the water's like kind of obstructing your voice slightly, maybe.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
loud water.
Okay,
And the melodrama is
Uh,
also very loud. So,
sure. Yep.
I think you see
mic has
Karthik
dropped.
pointing at the stick. It's like body, Shay, and then Gayu, and then he's just pointing at. He keeps pointing that, and then he's shaking his stick in frustration, like he's
Okay.
trying to say a lot of
Karthik?
sentences, but that takes too much time.
Karthik, do you feel like you make sense to me most of the time without so much shaking? Can you please? What is body? Okay, body in dam. So your body is in the dam. That part I got. Why are you pointing to the two of them? Okay, actually, you know what? That's probably a very long answer that I don't want to know. Should we go to your body?
As you're saying that, I and Gayatri's gone one way. You're obviously having this Ouija board interpretive conversation with Karthik. I made my way towards where I know what he is. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna try bring it towards where I know his spirit is. And I'll leave the details out, but I'm gonna try to like bring the two closer. And in my head, I'm furiously just like talking to the power, saying, if this doesn't work, you've broken a deal.
What's it called? Are you using telekinesis? How are you getting? Are you diving into the water to get the body? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'll just do whatever. Like very like insane behavior. Bonnie from the Vampire Diaries energy with this. So I am going to fish it out if I can,
Yeah.
and like with
Not
as
the
much
fishing out your friend mini game.
and with as much respect as one can muster for what is obviously a very like solemn and demure situation, she will try like though Nari finds it like a fucked up but funny situation. Shay doesn't like deadpan sort of like carrying your like corporeal form towards your spiritual form, your ghost, whatever's left of you, so that you can at least try to fix this.
Okay. So that's fine. There's no move for like enduring harm. So that's I think what I'm going to do instead is like as you're going in there and like get it out, you're not frozen, but it's like deep chill. You gain the deep chill condition because you went into cold water, in winter. So like as you're like getting the body out and you get it out, because it's not that deep. It's like significant, like because the body's lying down. You're able to like untangle it from the dam, bring it up, and you also see that it doesn't look like something that's been dead for 6 months and been under the water. It looks like died maybe a few hours ago. In fact, barely looks dead. As you like bring it onto land, you all can kind of see it. Just like note down the condition. You are freezing, essentially. But yeah, you've got it. And so you said you wanted to initiate a conversation with Mephisto?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not necessarily talking with, it's more of talking at
Sure.
while I'm doing this.
Sure.
And I'm like, this better work or you've broken a promise. This better work or you've broken it. Just like over and over again.
Sure. Yeah. Deal was clear. One virtuous soul, then this person as a replacement, and this one gets back in the body. Bingo.
And I fully ignore the implications of that and keep walking back towards Karthik and go.
Yeah, they're not that far from the riverbank. So you see her come out carrying Karthik? No, you realize it's Karthik's corpse onto the shore until you're back on dry land. Dryish land.
I'm like, and I very gently with like, almost as if it's like fractured glass that I'm holding. I sit down. I say, Please, you have to try to come back. It'll work. I promise. It has to work.
If something invisible could cock their head, I think you can tell.
Mhm.
You could just be like, stick goes, eh?
Yeah, the stick also moves with him as he like cocks his head. Would this count? I'm looking at my rules as a ghost. Would this count as someone acknowledging my presence and demonstrating how much they want me around?
I don't think it says that you have to be aware of like how much they want you around, but I think you get the, because you have no idea what deal they want to make.
Oh no, this is for my darkest
I
self.
know it's for your
Yeah.
dog. That's what I mean. So I think they dived into the ocean to get into the cold water. They are freezing the thing off. I think this counts. You clear your darkest self.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think as you say that, like his body like apparates once again, like ghost-like form apparates properly. And I think you just see his eyes look over to you as his mouth finally is made slightly corporeal. He says, "What do you mean?"
Oh, Karthik. Oh my god. Who knew words were so important? What the hell just happened? Oh my god.
What are you not telling me?
Shay, what do you have to do with this? What's going on?
I think Karthik will now point at his body like, my body is not meant. It's been 6 months and it looks like that. And you just, how am I come back? No, this is meant to be me wrapping up my unfinished business. This is my business. My business is now going to be finished, right? That's what this is, right?
Is that what you want?
Shay, why are you talking like you have control over this? What's going what did
What
you
do you mean?
I can see Gayatri in the distance. Yeah, bitch.
Gayatri didn't run that far. Gayatri's actually behind a tree staring at everything that's happening right now.
Very safe tree.
What do you mean what I want? Like this is all that's all she wrote, right? Like that's it. That's the end of the line for you. Like what else could I want?
Do you want to leave? You could stay.
Like this?
No, like how you were before.
Can I?
If you want, yes. You just have to just choose it for yourself. And it'll happen. I promise.
See, that's the part I'm still coming back to being concerned about. How are you able to promise that? What are you not telling me? Why do you know that?
As
Yeah.
you say, how can you promise that? You feel Shay, you feel a sensation press up against your head, and it basically gets a message like, payment first. And as that happens, she said, "You guys have been chasing me. I have chased all across the forest to find you. Are all in so much trouble." And you see Kowalski, like she's like come to she is pretty like she's been running for ages looking for you guys. Like, you are all in so much trouble.
Girl. I think Karthik literally like holds his head in his
Your head or the
hands.
corpse head?
My head, my ghost head in my ghost hands as I look down at my non-ghost body and look up at Kowalski and down to my non-ghost body and down to me.
And I am going to see. I am going to look at Karthik once and just like ignore the sacrificial lamb and just staring down at Karthik, be like, you could come back. You just have to choose.
Just like that.
Just like that.
No strings attached. No payment. Nothing. I just get that.
Well, not for you. But you just get it. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. So Kiana's gonna be like, sorry. Shay, what? How? What do you mean not for him? What are you?
In
Are
this
you-
moment, because you see it all so clearly now. Well, or you don't, but because it's so towards at the very front of like my being, you see these like not fingers, but you see like just this slight protrusion from under my like long dark curls. Something very you're all monsters, right? You've seen shit, but this is not monstrous. It's like evil. It's wrong
Uh.
in a way that being a fairy isn't, or in a way that being a ghost isn't.
Shay,
Just choose. It's fine.
what? Wait. I mean, Karthik, I want you to have your old life back if that's what you want. But Shay, I don't completely understand what's happening, but it sounds like something bad is going to happen to you. Is it?
When you
Shay.
say that, it almost looks like she pauses to like, that's a good idea. Just like consider that option.
As you say that, like maybe I've had time to basically come up to you guys because none of you ran, none of you moved. So she's like up to you, like, okay, we need to like, why are the two of you, Karthik? And like points at the body on the why is it you from other? Why are there two of you? There's a lot of explaining. We got it.
Haha. This is not a great time to fuck with Karthik because
Yeah.
no one's answering his questions. His dead body is right there. He has a lot of feelings right now, and he's not dealing with them in a very healthy manner because he is a ghost and has very, very limited access to therapy.
Ghost therapy. Make it happen.
So I would love to lash out physically at the prefect, not to hurt her, but specifically, I'm hoping that I can just intimidate them away and just tell them to fuck off.
That
Because
is
I
yeah. That makes sense. That is full shutting someone down because
I forgot about that move. I'll shut someone down. I have cold. I have
Yeah.
good cold.
Sure.
Sure, let's see.
It
Let's
is
see how
chilly
this
out
goes.
here.
It is very chilly out here. 9. That's an 11, so that's a 10. That's my
Excellent.
condition.
Traumatized would not get in your way at this part, and you still blame her
fantastic.
for that. Yeah.
11.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm going to treat that as they do a string on you. They never had a string on you. Let's go. You gain a string, and you can basically spend a string to get them to run away. Just make
I don't think I wanted to run away. I think what he wants to do when he's like shutting them down is like, I think it manifests as him revealing he's a ghost, and I think like he floats and just like stares her down and goes, "Is this really the fucking time?" And I think what I would like to impose a condition. I don't know what to name this condition other than please sit the fuck down. And I would like to
Just repent.
please sit the fuck down right now. So we can resolve this because I want answers. Apparently, I can come back to life, but also apparently it's free, but also not free. So we've got shit to do.
Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna just, she's like, I'm gonna give it the condition. I see dead people. I'm like, read more, and just like fall. Like she's just saying the word ghost in Polish and just like runs. Technically the word specter. Anyway, she falls like on her ass. You're like, what the fuck? Gayatri, you're in a safe place. Whether you want to be like safe enough that you can like see this is happening, like you were watching from the bushes, or like you saw that someone was coming and you wanted to come closer, you can, or you can be somewhere else. Where would you? What would you want to be?
I think like what makes sense is that she just ran off slightly far away to like go cry in like a cove or something, or like an opening in the woods or something.
Sure.
And yeah, I would say that like after hearing like Kowalska's steps and then more shouting happening, she'll
You hear the full ghost like, no, you dare chant, which is very Gandalf. It's very loud. Most of the forest hears it, so you definitely hear Karthik being
Gandalf
more
the Silver,
exactly.
because he's a
Gandalf.
ghost.
Yes, so you
Damn,
what
all
else with
right.
that?
Thank you.
Okay, so, yeah, you hear Gandalf the Transparent making.
That is so much better. There is.
Gandalf was a child who's trans.
I feel embarrassed that I ever said
That's it.
silver.
Wrap it up. I'm leaving. Bye.
Happy Pride. Good night, everybody.
Happy Pride.
Bye.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, you hear that. So you can choose to like come into like you can see it, but not be seen by the others if you want, or stay in the cove.
I probably got close. I don't want to be left out of the drama.
So you can see the drama happening. So while there's something. So back to the drama. Shay, Kiana, you just see Karthik just like yell, full hair flowing, white light comings, very, terrifying ghost powers, floating up, and she just like lands. Maria just lands back on her ass and says, like, "What the? Okay, I see. Okay." She's just like muttering what's pretty clearly prayers in Polish. She is properly scared shitless. She assumed she didn't know supernatural stuff was going on. Apparently.
Seems like a her problem, to be honest.
Yeah. Sounds like a skill issue.
I look at her and then I turn to Karthik and I say, I will tell you everything, all of you, I promise. Just and she keeps turning back to the Polish prefect
Mhm.
and stops for a minute to consider like what the trade would mean and that it would be possibly unfair on to Karthik to make him choose without knowing. And so I turn back and I say, I could make a trade. I don't want you to go. I don't think any of us do. But someone would have to.
I think at that point, Karthik puts it together. He's the prefect. He's this thing that's influencing you, sort of, or holding you.
You only Gayatri can see the thing.
Only Gaichi can see. Okay.
Yeah.
Little record scratch. I think he's like hearing everything that you're saying. He kind of just goes, "What?" So she takes my place. She sits in that horrid little hole for God knows how long while I get to live my life. That I know what that's like, and that's horrible. Right? I lived 6 months of that. Well, I guess died 6 months of that. I I don't I don't want I don't want anyone else to be that way. No one deserves to be there alone, unfound, unloved, and have everyone move on with their lives as if nothing happened. Something happened to me and no one knew. I can't do that to her. That's not fair. It's not fair to her, it's not fair to her parents, it's not fair to any of you or you. I can't do that.
So this is it. You leave.
No, Karthik, please. Please. This cannot be the end for you. It's not fair. We will find another way. Shay, there must be some other way. We don't have to get rid of Kowalska, or maybe wait until Karthik's gone back into his body and left the forest, and then we get rid of Kowalska. It doesn't have to be right now, does it?
I love that you and I are with the same kind of opinion. Like, fuck this.
Yeah. So, Kiana would turn to Shay and be like, "There has to be another way. Come on, Shay. This is who must we really ask teenagers to make these kinds of choices? Is that what happens on mortal TV? I don't know. I haven't caught up in a few millennia."
Close enough. If not her, then maybe someone evil. And you see her just trying to like break this sort of like tension that's very obviously present and completely fail at it, but say that I just don't want you to disappear. And
I don't want to either. But
then stay.
I don't want that either.
Fuck it, we'll
I just want to be able to. If I stay, I want no one else to have to die, and I don't want to feel like I'm living a half-life. I don't want to feel like my memory is vanishing. I don't want to feel like this. I want to feel like I don't want to feel regret and loss and pain.
Karthik, this is always going to have happened to you. No matter which way you choose, this is always going to have happened. We can't erase that. If you choose to step back into your body and live your life the way it was meant to be lived, it won't erase what happened, but the pain will lessen. You won't feel like this forever. Trust me, I've lived a very long time. It won't feel like this forever. And if you wait long enough, honestly, the solutions to problems present themselves. And Shay is not wrong. And like, I turn to Shay and go like, same page, same page, same page. And then I like turn back to Karthik.
Yeah.
Gayatri,
Gayatri,
for Gayatri to step in.
yeah,
Yes.
Gayatri, as you're about to like step in, you notice that the figure is back and it's like moving its head, 3 fingers like next to Shay's head, as if it's about to like initiate contact. So you can like wait until it does, or you can interrupt it.
I'm still gonna like. I think at this point, like Gayatri is like latched on too much to this conversation, and I'm going to like kind of slowly step in, just kind of like holding myself and like not looking at my 3 friends and being like, I want to disappear. Just make it me instead.
I'm definitely not
No.
letting that happen.
Absolutely fucking not.
Yeah. You get the knock knock, the ping that Mephisto wants to make contact, but you can of course decline the call.
I'll accept.
Sure. Pops up. It says like 2 points. One, love Gayatri's energy. She definitely counts as virtuous. Just putting it out there. Second, when the body dies, or in this case freezes, it's not building up new memories. So if you put Ghosty back in the shell, he won't remember anything that's happened since he died. So any regret or guilt will be specifically for those of you who are in the living. So just a heads up. You won't have to live with the guilt or the regret.
I feel like in this moment, right?
Mhm.
Maybe timed like it's playing out slower in my head
Mhm.
than the actual passage of time. And I'll say it'll be fucking fair. Okay, I'm gonna say if you make all three of them forget, I'll find you more.
Then you basically get you see Gayatri thumbs up from the thing, and then you get but you inside get the message say, "Hey," and it's like more deal.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Can I like if I see the demon thing thumbs up, I want to like I want us to be like wait what did you just agree to? And I want to try to like shut stay down.
Well, you can do that in a bit, but when you hear her say, "What are you trying to do?" What's it called? How do you respond? You haven't done anything to Maria yet.
How many? I mean, the dark power has a few strings on me already now because I've asked for two different things. I will
Correct. So there's
use my move Elsewise power
Mhm.
to use the vampire's move,
Which one?
hypnotic.
Okay. Correct. She does not have any. Who do you want to use it on?
On Gayatri because she sees the most clearly.
Okay.
And I will say, you have nothing to worry about. I'll fix
just
it.
just a heads up. The vampire move only works people who have no strings on you. She has a string on you. But Maria doesn't have any strings on you.
Maria?
Maria Kowalska.
Oh. Hmm. Let's see. So that wouldn't work on Gayatri.
No, because she has a string on you. The vampire move is very specific about that.
That's true. In which case, I'm gonna say that you try to see me like scramble to the last, like just like giving in favors constantly to like,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't it doesn't seem to work. So I just do it. I like fuck it. If she knows, she knows. I don't care. If she'll forget in a moment anyway.
Mhm.
If things go the way I want.
Okay. So yeah, you try and hypnotize, but obviously it doesn't work. And something happens. Eyes are meeting at you, but you don't know what vampire. Gayatri doesn't really figure out what's going on. And you're trying to hypnotize it. 'Cause I don't know how that would look. But yeah, Gayatri, she seems to be ignoring you. And are you advancing on Maria with a weapon? What are you? Are you trying to shove her into the water? What are you trying to? Are you trying to hypnotize her, get a jump? What are you trying to do?
Um, she fell back. She
Yeah.
stumbled. She fell back.
Yes.
If I really can like be the evil little devil gremlin I am right now, maybe she
Mhm.
fell on a rock, on something that accident happens to everyone. This one's just really unfortunate.
So
That be okay?
I mean, you can't. You have to say it. Like, are you making that happen by hypnosis, doing it, or are you trying to physically slam her into the thing and hope erasing memories is going to make that the reality you tell people? Like, whoa, what happened? Oh my god, she fell into this rock 5 times.
Um, I'll use the. I'll rely on the hypnosis of it,
Okay.
and
Sure.
let's see.
What do you want them to do, and then roll hard?
Them being
Maria.
I want them to make space for Karthik and whatever that takes.
They don't know what that means because they don't understand the weird ritual. You have to be very explicit. What do you want? Like, do you want her to walk into the water? Do you want her to bang her head against it? What do you want her to do?
Um,
You have to say it.
yeah, I'll tell her to let me think.
I have question.
Sure. Okay, we're going to stop. You're just saying do it.
Yes.
Fine. All right then. We're going to stop. Let's hold on a minute.
Mhm.
I must have mixed something. Yeah, we're going to stop and just like figure where's too far.
I will only ask that narratively we aim for something less graphic because I don't want to like.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Roll with hot.
11 and a +1.
Your heart is
Yeah.
+1, yeah. That'd be a 12. Stands up, and she starts moving. Rest of you guys, you don't know where she's going. Well, actually, it's pretty clear where she's going. She's going to, a very familiar dam. So, what do you guys want to do?
Not to prolong this too much because I'm trying to be cognizant of everyone's time. I do have a ghost move. 'Cause she's under a condition, right? Technically.
Who?
Maria.
Yes. She's on
I have a
2.
move.
Yeah.
I have the move Helpful Spirit, where if I help someone resolve a condition, I gain a string on them. I want to help resolve this for Maria because this is not how Karthik wants this to happen. He
Mhm.
doesn't. That's not a path that he wants for anyone. And I think what he would like to do is, as he's attempting to resolve this condition from Maria, I think he'll look directly at Shay and just say, like, not like this, on my terms, not like this. If you are my friend, as you say that you are, you will let me choose my own path. Even if that means leaving all of you.
Okay.
Would
sounds
you like to like,
Uh,
do you want to roll Like
love to
shut me
roll.
down.
Yeah, I
sounds
can
like
shut
shut
you
me
down.
down. Go
Do
for
it.
it.
Don't fuck with me. You didn't fuck with me. Well done. That is cold. 12.
Roll 12. I'm pretty sure narratively, like because you're maintaining the hypnosis, you can turn it off. It's not like it'll keep going. So it's like if you turn off the hypnosis, she won't do it. So
Yeah. I will
yes.
listen. I will stop.
Yeah, there's this brief moment where you're like, is it going too late? And she stops like, hey, what's going on? Oh, my head. And she like goes to sit down and safely.
I look at her and then I look back and I say, I'm so sorry.
I understand the compulsion. I don't know what lies in store for me. This is all I've ever wanted, was to find me. I don't want to leave you. If I can remain and just chill, that'd be great, but I need this for me too. I need someone to know. I need everyone to know, at least. That's all I want.
Okay. We'll remember.
I mean,
And-
besides, can't leave you all to your own devices. Y'all hardly. Y'all clearly really, really like each other and still haven't had the guts to say anything to one another. Gotta have me
See,
around
that-
to facilitate that.
Like
Karthik.
Gayatri is like straight up offended. That's not true.
Girl, you see him. You see him looking at you and go, "Girl,
Oh, Lord. Last good deed. We should go out on a date, actually, all three of us, when this is not as fresh in your minds. When I've fixed this.
Karthik, I'm so sorry.
what are you sorry for?
I
You
don't
helped me.
know.
You helped me. You helped me find me. Nothing to be sorry about. I'll be
Maybe you
here.
have to go.
Maybe
Just
I
don't-
don't have to go. Maybe this is just for me to feel better and not feel like there's a hole in me. You know?
Mhm.
Again, I am I have no intentions of leaving because I gotta see you fucks graduate, don't I?
Yeah. Assuming I remember to show up for exams, yes.
I can help you cheat. Now I don't have to sit for the exams for 5 hours. I can just help you all cheat and then fuck off whenever I want.
Karthik, you deserved more than what you got from this life.
I know. But thank you for saying that.
With that, we're out of this scene. All you got into some. It wasn't like there was like a lot of tension that's going on because found out someone Karthik's body. There's a funeral. People acknowledge that Karthik is gone, and so there's a lot of sadness. Everyone's not sure what to do. It's like people have to grieve and move on. As that terrible, people are sent home for a week to kind of like cover, and then they come back with that kind of thing. On the as How are people dealing with this? All the things they've kind of learned, all these like new changes, all this stuff. We'll start with Gayatri.
I think like like immediately Gayatri kind of like cuts off for a bit. But then I guess decides to have like for a few days she'll just kind of be on her own, like cut the other two off, and then decides, fuck it, we're gonna have a conversation.
That's the kind of vibe. Kiana.
I think Kiana would have, I know this sounds dumb, but would have kept the stick and would have put it up on her wall in her room, and every morning would just like hum the Casper/Karthik song, and like would have acquired a Ouija board and also kind of like put it up on the wall next to the stick, and just every morning would have just checked, would have said, "Hey friend, just wanted to say hey," and then gone to class. Because what else is there to do now?
Okay. What about Shay? This is epilogue, so
I would say that she probably runs away. Not like using that move as a temporary thing, but leaves. Because two things. She'll try to, realizing that like in trying to undo damage, she might just always do more. And that if there is a way out of this, that Karthik would probably want me to find it.
Okay.
To sever whatever I've agreed to. So she will probably be off on that journey, trying to figure out how to not have a text chat with like an iMessage group chat with devils from the Nine Hells.
A good
Oh.
thing to work towards.
Thank you. Character growth.
Yeah. So yeah, you're on one. So when Patrick comes to the door to like speak, you're not there. You've maybe you didn't come back after the break. And yeah, so as we go in, the friendliest of fuckboy ghosts. Are you looking down on anyone specific, or are you much closer following something specific? You tell us.
Karthik's assumption of what would happen to him is correct yet incorrect. He is correct in the sense that he needed to resolve his business, but not that it would just make him ascend into whatever afterlife he chooses. Turns out, ghosts have a lot more autonomy than that, and he has decided that now with this newfound peace and freedom that he has, he's watching on all three of his friends. He's watching on all of his friends, and there are days where Gayatri might need an extra set of hands to wake her up in the morning, and you just feel like someone gently shake you, and then you just wake up, and it feels like a waking dream. For Kiana, you see that sometimes it looks like the stick is moving, giving you answers, and he does like respond to you. And then sometimes he just annoys you by moving the stick 3 inches to the left and the Ouija board like hang it diagonally, just to be a little shithead while you're in class. And for Shay, every time when it feels like the grip of this entity is strongest upon you, bring onto your forehead, there's a cool touch. like a parent holding the back of their hand against a sick child that reassures you on your head. He's there. He's just a little bit more obnoxious and a lot more freedom to move beyond the school grounds. It's lovely to have freedom of movement. It's great.
It is truly incredible. And it was an incredible session with incredible players. And that brings us to the end of Monsterhearts. Thank you all, my incredible players. Thank you for everyone watching. I want to apologize for not putting up a content warning at the start, and for things getting a lot more hectic and things happening. And I want to apologize about that to them and to my players. But yes, it meant so much that you all were watching, and thank you so much for being a part of this. Do you guys want to do like final, goodbyes and where they can find you?
Sure.
Wow, go first because you're so good at it.
God damn. All right. All right. I'll do that. Hi everyone. I'm Valiant Dorian. I use him, his pronouns. You can find me all on the internet at Valiant Dorian. I also Spirit. Please enjoy that lovely treasure hunt I just sent you on. And tonight I was gonna think your friendly fuckboy ghost. I guess that's his brand. And how he found peace in the end, and that was lovely. If you want to check out all my projects, check out my socials. As I mentioned before, I am one of the main cast members of Transparent RPG. I play Seir, and I am in our second long-term campaign called the Chaos Protocol. So if you love sad, edgy edgy boys who will break your heart because they're so sad, you should come and check us out on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time over on twitch.tv/transparentRPG. And yeah, I'm gonna pass it along to whoever is next. Indrani, it's your turn.
Oh my god. Okay. Hi everybody. I played the very evil, very emo devil today. You can find me on the internet as at Nonagon Dice. I'm one of the co-founders of Asis and Dragons. And as we go, before we wrap, what has been an incredible Pride Month. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who donated to the fundraiser or got the Pride bundle. Our original goal was $1,000. We raised more than 3,000, which, just to put it into perspective, like for an Indian, with like when I convert that to INR, which is what it's going to be, that's a lot of money. Like that's a shit ton of money. So thank you so much for everybody who did chip in, share the bundle, donate directly, help out any other cause this month. Just support your friendly neighborhood queer because everybody could use that help. So happy Pride and thank you for joining us. I'm gonna throw it over to Asis.
Hi, I've been trying really hard not to cry during the epilogue. Hi, I'm Asis. I was your angsty goth chick. You can find me at Pokewart in most places and Lesbianing on Twitter. And I made a tiny solo RPG which I put out last week. So go check that out if you do want to support your local queers. And yeah, no, this is the most emotional I've gotten in the session. I love it. Okay, Poorna.
Hi, I'm Poorna. I have played Fickle Fae friend and loved it, frankly. Which I don't know what that says about me. But anyway, if you want to find out what that says about me, find me on socials at Poorna Mazumdar. And my pronouns are she, her. I have really enjoyed being a part of Pride Month with Aces and Dragons. Thank you for having me. And honestly, supporting your local queer is not hard, even if it's just putting in a kind word and retweeting the stuff that they're creating. If you don't have the resources to support them yourself, completely fair. That is how we've managed to raise as much money for Millap. And honestly, I'm super proud of these people on the same stream. So thank you, Daisies, and thank you, Chirag, for this session.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'll find me on Twitter at CheekySaidWhat. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. And we can't wait to get back to you with future incredible content. And finally, happy Pride! Bye!
Happy Pride!
Bye.
Bye.